Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise as we...
Live from Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium, it's the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi Gridiron Classic. Today, the 3A state championship on the line. The Hazelhurst Indians come in with a record of 15-0 to take on the Charleston Tigers, who come in with a record of 14-1. Hello, everyone. I'm Russ Robinson. I'll be handling the play-by-play today. This man to my right is Matt Wyatt, a former quarterback for Mississippi State who can appreciate big games like this. And, Matt, this is a big game.
No doubt. It's the rubber match between these two teams. They've met here twice before for the 3A state championship back in 2005 and then again last year. These teams won one of those, and now somebody's going to get bragging rights in this rubber match game in this 3A rivalry.
Well, as a former quarterback, you can appreciate a really good running back, and you're going to see a couple of them here today. But for Hazelhurst, they bring in a running back that can do it all.
Yeah, big kid, Demetrius Kane. He's on the all-name team as well. A great football name. 6 feet, 200 pounds, so good size and great productivity. Over 1,600 yards this year rushing and 18 touchdowns on the ground. 108 yards a game that he averages, and that's why Hazelhurst is here, because they're so productive running. They need to get him going today.
Well, Coach Montgomery brought his club in here against Charleston before, couldn't stop him. Let's find out how he feels about today's Indian squad.
Good things that got to happen for us early. Last year, we didn't play well in the first half and really didn't play well the entire game, to be honest with you. And Charleston had a lot to do with that. But we get an opportunity to come back and maybe redeem ourselves.
Coach Montgomery is saying he wants to redeem himself. What are the keys for him to be able to do that?
I think offensively, number one, it's ball control, and that means Demetrius Kane is having a productive day. Offensively, you're staying on the field, and you're doing more than you did a year ago against Charleston. They couldn't move the ball last year. Defensively, I think it's make it an ugly game. Get some sacks, some tackles for loss, get a tip ball, get an interception, something to kind of make this an uncharacteristic game for Charleston to put a little doubt in your opponent's mind.
Well, the other side of the football will have the Charleston Tigers, and they've got a young man that can do it all because he does it all.
Yeah, and he'll line up anywhere. He may be the smallest guy on the field, but maybe the best football player. Cameron Myers at 5'6", 165 pounds. Tremendous numbers, all-purpose numbers. Running the football at 19 touchdowns on the year. He's thrown for several touchdowns. He'll play every snap on defense as well. We talk about his size, but he's got the biggest heart. We'll see that today.
Well, as far as this, the coaching side over there, Tony Vance brings his club back to Jackson. Let's find out what Tony Vance has to think about this ball game.
We're pretty solid on the defense side of football. We have 11 guys over there that can run and run to the football. And that's the thing that makes us go as a football team is our defense, and that's probably the strength of our team is our defense. Offensively, we're able to capitalize off turnovers and be opportunistic, and that's the thing that makes us go.
Coach Vance wants more defense today, but what are the keys for him to win?
Well, I think, first of all, offensively, it's going to be, have a productive day and start fast. If they do that, then Hazelhurst is going to think, oh, no, here we go again after what happened a year ago. And defensively, force some turnovers. I think that they have done a great job this year of taking advantage of that. Offensively, they turn turnovers into points. You do that today, it's going to be big for this Charleston team.
Well, the third member of our crew is Sean Woodson. He's down onto the field. Sean?
Guys, it's going to be a very intense matchup today when you take in consideration that these guys have played each other 3 times in the title game, both having won once. Somebody's got to come out on top today. I'm looking forward to it being a very high-scoring ball game because both teams have big play capability. It's going to come down to whoever makes the least amount of mistakes can make the most big plays. That's going to determine the victor today. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. So today it is the 3A state championship on the line as the Hazelhurst Indians will take on the Charleston Tigers here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll be back with more in a moment.
2012 Gridiron Classic is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. Now more than ever, it's good to be blue. Bank Plus. It's more than a name. It's a promise. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Company. And energy for the Mississippi High School Football Championships brought to you by Mississippi Peanut Growers Association.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi presents the 6th annual Mississippi Blues Marathon, Saturday, January 5th, 2013. You can run it, walk it, or watch it, but you'll want to be a part of it. For more information or to volunteer, www.msbluesmarathon.com.
Every year, the Mississippi High School Activities Association provides opportunities for over 500,000 high school students to pursue excellence. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to play a part to keep rich traditions like the Mississippi High School Football Championships alive and well. With home offices located in Jackson and agents in all 82 counties, Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is ready to serve your auto, home, and life needs.
For whom does the cowbell ring? For our students winning national competitions. For our faculty providing outstanding learning experiences. For our research improving our future with each new discovery. For our outreach and service touching lives every day. For whom does the cowbell ring?
It rings for all of us at Mississippi State University.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi presents the 6th annual Mississippi Blues Marathon, Saturday, January 5th, 2013. You can run it, walk it, or watch it, but you'll want to be a part of it. For more information or to volunteer, www.msbluesmarathon.com.
Broadcast of the MHSAA football tournament on MPB is made possible in part by Chimneyville Smokehouse, smoking Mississippi since 1989. Applebee's proudly supports Mississippi high school football. Soul Shine Pizza, feel the love. And by Mama Hamels, serving up scrumptious Southern comfort food. And we thank them for that. 3A state championship on the line. You get a good look at the foggy tunnel there the Indians got. We hope that the fog will clear up for them in this game, Matt.
Yeah, they were in a little bit of a fog, a year ago in this matchup, title game, same team, the same opponent, and they couldn't get out of it. They didn't move the ball a year ago, and I guarantee you this undefeated Hazelhurst team is licking their chops to kind of put that memory behind them and win another title.
I think you said it best a moment ago when you said they've got to come out fast. They've got to get some scores, and I think if they do that, Charleston's going to sit there and go scratch their head and go, this isn't the same team we faced last year.
Right, and I tell you, it's hard to win those rematches, isn't it? Especially when you're a year apart, and all these players remember it.
Yeah.
They're familiar with each other.
Well, the Hazelhurst Indians today will be in white shirts and maroon pants as you see them come out of the tunnel of the Hazelhurst. Where were all these tunnels back when we played? We didn't even have a tunnel.
Yeah, they used to put the ball down and say, go.
Walk out from the field house to the stadium. Well, that's all changed. There's a good look at the Charleston players. Charleston comes in and a good look there at number 6. You're going to see and hear him a lot in this ball game. Cameron Myers, 19 touchdowns he's been involved in.
Right. Had a chance to catch up with the longtime Charleston radio announcer, Ping Pong Paris.
That's right.
And I said, well, we're going to talk a little bit about Cameron Myers. He said, oh, that's great. He's the one you need to talk about. He said he'll do everything and line up everywhere. So Ping Pong was happy to hear that.
You know, you look at the Charleston Tigers on offense, Matt, and you look at it, Myers with 19 touchdowns. Jalen Haywood, the quarterback's got 16, and Deshadrick Truly has 14. These guys can score a lot of points.
Certainly. You know, it's great athletes all over the field, and that's what we've seen over the last decade from Charleston, just year after year. Maybe not the biggest team, obviously, but they have a tremendous weight program and off-season program. They get those kids strong, and they improve their speed, and they put a lot of athletes out there.
On the other side, for the Hazlehurst Indians, Kenneth Coleman, the quarterback, I think is a better quarterback this year than he was last year. He's got 20 touchdowns in the air, 8 on the ground. Rockingham is not the feature back, but he'll chip in 7 TDs. But when you talk about Hazlehurst, you talk about Demetrius Kane. He can do it all.
Well, and I think it just starts with him, Russ. I think with all the emotion that's in this game, so often in these title games, it's the team that finds the running game that winds up winning the ball game. It's so hard to do it through the air when emotions are at a fever pitch.
Well, two numbers you're going to keep an eye on today while you're watching. Number 6 for Charleston, because you're going to see it a lot, and number 2 for Hazlehurst. That's Demetrius Kane, of course, Cameron Myers, number 6. Those two are the feature backs. This should be a real shootout. A lot of times, Matt, you get two teams that are high-powered offenses, and the defense takes over. Why is that?
Well, I just think that, again, when you have such high emotions, it's like when you've seen blowouts over the years in Super Bowls. You've got two good football teams, but when emotions are at an all-time high, as soon as the tide turns one way or the other, it seems to kind of be all downhill for one and all uphill for the other. That happens a lot, and that's why the pressure is on these coaches to keep a level head. Like last night in that 6A game, there were a lot of lead changes, and there were times when you thought one team was going to take over and then the other one would respond, and a lot of that's coaching, and that's the challenge for these guys on the sideline in this one.
Well, you could ask for a prettier day, but you wouldn't get it. It is gorgeous out here, and it has been that way all weekend, and good crowds on hand for Charleston and Hazlehurst. Kind of wonder who's back at the house on this one.
Someone told me yesterday, apparently there are benefits to global warming. No more snow for you this year. We got 65, 70, and sunny.
I love it. I don't know what causes it, but I like it.
Me either.
All right, the Charleston Tigers will receive the football first to get things going. And back there to receive is, of course, Cameron Myers and Deshadrick Truly. They are the two offensive juggernauts on this team. And when you get a game this big, you want to try to return it if you can. And I'm questioning whether Hazlehurst will even kick it to him or not. We've seen a lot of pooch kicks, and that's kind of a half pooch right there. And Cameron Myers is going to pick it up, and it's going to be taken down at the 20. Wow. Hazlehurst, Matt, is pumped up.
Yeah, and a way to start there. Get a nice tackle on special teams to make your opponent have to start back near their own 20. Let's see what we get here offensively, defensively to start this 3A title game.
Up front for Charleston, who comes in 14-1. Left to right, Crosby, Taylor, Wilson, Brooks, and Brock. The tight end will be Jamal Short. And there's a good look at the quarterback, Jalen Haywood. Haywood has 16 touchdowns on the year and has thrown 5 interceptions. Twin receivers to the right, one to the left, one back in the backfield. Play action, rolling and throwing, and has a man. He's caught it at the 30, 35, up close to the 40-yard line. And coming up with it, of course, is Cameron Myers.
What's the saying nowadays? Mama, there goes that man. There's that man. Cameron Myers, first play. Play action pass, nice set up there, and he has to turn inside, ball thrown behind, but makes the play yards after the catch.
What a nice defensive play by John Bridges. He tried to swipe it out of his hands, on the tackle. There's the numbers on Myers. First down for the Charleston Tigers at their own 40. Little misdirection, and the Hazlehurst Indians stay home and are there. And making that tackle is Javarius Tanner, the defensive end. And, Matt, it's going to be so important for these Hazelhurst Indian defensive ends to keep this running game turned in.
Yeah, look at the nice job here. Take on the block, extend your arms to get the blocker away from your body, and then find the ball carrier. Such a nice job by 56 there in White, Skipper, and Junior. He's not tall, but he weighs 240 pounds. That's good size for a high school D end.
Pickup of about a yard. It will be second down and 9 for Charleston at their own 39, and the flag goes down as the Indians come across the line of scrimmage, but this may go against the Tigers.
Prior to snap, ball start, offense, 5 yards, still.
Man, is it unusual to get these false starts in a game when you've played 15 games?
No, it's not. Not when you're in the big house here in Jackson. The bands are playing. The fans are louder, it seems like. The sound echoes, and you are excited and ready to go. I think you see a lot of jitters early in some of these title games.
Second down and 15 yards to go for the Charleston Tigers. Here's the snap. And a nice cut. And you mentioned it earlier, Cameron Myers may play quarterback, he may play running back, obviously running back, slot back. That time he went to quarterback and took it upfield for 3 or 4 yards.
Right, and I thought their offensive lineman, a sophomore, number 50, Quintarius Brooks, out in front of that run. You see him right there. He's just continuing to block and push the defensive end. Javarius Tanner just out of the play. That's a bigger player that he got the job done. Just a sophomore, not listed as a very big guy. At about 5'7", 200 pounds.
Kelvin Thomas enters the game now for Charleston. They have a third down and 10. There's the throw, and it's caught at the 45-50, and he's got room. He's got the end zone if he wants it. And there's your first touchdown of the day. 61 yards. Woo. Cameron Myers. I was wondering how long it was going to take him.
Yeah. You made that look easy, huh? And how many different spots did he line up on this drive? Quarterback, receiver, running back, just a simple out route. The corner falls down, and then his linebacker counterpart ran over him trying to get out there. And so 2 defenders were taken out really just by a fall down, and it allowed Myers to hit the sideline and gone.
Cameron Myers, the real deal. And the Charleston Tigers will go for 2. So they strike first here in this first quarter. Maxaby in the eye. And they hand it off. And there's the 2 points by Javante Jones. And the Charleston Tigers lead this football game early with 9:39 to go in the first quarter. Charleston Tigers lead it by a score of 8-0. We'll be back with more in a moment. Well, Matt, it didn't take him long. He's just so elusive and so quick.
Yeah, I tell you what, Russ, that's exactly what you wanted if you're Charleston. One of the keys to our games just a few moments ago, start fast, because with the way things went last year, putting up, you had 3 running backs in that championship game a year ago that had over 100 yards rushing. And Hazelhurst as a team didn't even have 100 yards of offense. So right off the bat, they make the statement, at least for now, nothing has changed. They put up points early, go for 2, an 8-0 lead right away.
Well, this portion of the broadcast made possible by Farm Bureau Insurance Company, an official partner of the Mississippi High School Activities Association. Mississippi home team for insurance. Here's the kick. End over end, and taking on the dead run. That's Rockingham, and he got rocked at the 23-yard line. And coming up big with that tackle was number 34, Calwan Street. He's a junior, 189-pounder, and Rockingham felt all 189 pounds.
Thought about making a cut, but just know where to go. Let's see what you get offensively to start this game, even though it's so early. Just the first offensive possession for Hazlehurst, but I think they really need to respond, put a drive together, answer this Charleston team, and get your fans back into it. And and make a statement that you are here to compete, here to play, and that this is a different scenario than a year ago.
Kenneth Coleman, late getting onto the field. Check that out. Is Larry that comes on late onto the field as a running back, and they're going to the football dropped, and it looked like Charleston may have jumped on it, but Coleman reached out and grabbed it back. Yeah. Boy, that play was in trouble from the get-go.
Yeah, that's that zone read, and a lot of times if you don't make the decision right away, you've got a running back trying to keep the ball, you got a quarterback wanting to keep it, and they pull it away from each other. That happens often.
Aaron Larry was the young man in the backfield. 2nd down and 12 now for the Indians as Coleman steps up to the line, possibly changing the play. And there's a whistle. First flag of the day.
Fire the snouts. Ball starts. Offense. 5 yards. Still. 2nd down.
Well, you can show your spirit by texting your school's keyword to 46786. Charleston, your keyword is Gridiron 6. Hazelhurst, your keyword is Gridiron 5. The school with the most votes at the end of the game will win $1,000 donation from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. Standard text messaging rates apply. 1 vote per phone call will be counted. Timeout on the field, and you can see a good look there, Coach Montgomery, and he doesn't look very happy.
No, and he elected to call a timeout, after the penalty on the false start. It backed him up to 2nd down and about 17. And I think it's just regroup time right now. Matt, could potentially be a very well-used timeout, and that is to say, hey, settle down. Long way to go. Just execute the offense.
Remember what got us here.
Yeah, remember what got you there, and try to make a play or two. Don't have to have it all back on one play.
Well, he'd like to have 17 of it back right now.
Yeah.
Because it is 2nd and 17 for the Indians at their own 15. Here's the throw, and it's caught at the 26-yard line.
And that's good. Good completion gets you back to a semi-manageable 3rd down. 3rd down and about 7 as opposed to 3rd and 17.
There's the numbers on Coleman, 2,200 yards on the year, 20 TDs. He's rolling to his right, throws it upfield, has a man, and it's caught for a 1st down at the 40, ESPN3.com. You can also check out real-time game highlights and catch all the games on demand at MHSAA Network.com. They'll hand it off left side. They want to run against this team if they can, Matt. That's their strength. When you got a guy like Kane, you got to say, this is our guy. We're going to run.
Well, that's what Sean told us from the sideline in the pregame. He expected it to be an offensive shootout, and so far, so good. A big play on the other side, and answer with a 50-yard touchdown from your playmaker. And look at the blocking up front. Excellent job by right guard and right tackle to split that tackle guard gap, and Kane gets through there, outruns the defense to the end zone.
Truly tried to come over and catch him at the 5, but couldn't get to him. And the point after attempt on the way. This snap is down, the kick is up, and it's good. So the Hazlehurst Indians answer back. Although Charleston still leads by a score of 8-7, the Indians have shown they've come to play.
Exactly what you needed. You've got some seniors on this Hazlehurst team that, again, I sound like a broken record, I know, but that game a year ago just really stuck in their craw. They just didn't play very well at all. We're dominated by this Charleston team, and, a senior at quarterback, senior running back, seniors all over that offensive line. They remember it, and they have come to play. You said it, Russ. We got ourselves a ball game right off the bat.
8-7 Charleston, a nice scoring drive by Hazlehurst. As you look at Cameron Myers there, he's saying, give me the ball. 6 plays for Hazlehurst, and it's in the end zone.
And how about the timeout for Hazlehurst by Coach Montgomery that seemed to get the right mindset going, and it was all downhill after that.
Here's the kickoff. Myers says, kick it to me. Instead, they kick it out of bounds, and probably not a bad idea.
And so put the ball on the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 there unless they choose to make them re-kick.
I think they're going to make them do that.
Yep. shows you the confidence that Charleston has in their return ability, that, hey, if we field it, we feel like we've got a chance to reel off a big return.
Well, you got Truly and Myers back there, and both of them can fly.
Yeah.
But the kickoff team continues to kick to the side that Myers is on. There's a look there at, well, I think Myers and Truly have actually swapped positions. Kick up and coming by Reese for the Hazelhurst Indians. Just 5 yards further back. Straight on kick, and he kicked it pretty well. Tigers will go back and pick up the football. Let's see about their return now. Indians are there. Down he goes. Indians are there in mass.
Boy, you think Charleston is rethinking that decision to back them up and make them re-kick? They would have had the ball at the 35 if they had accepted it on the out of bounds. Now they're going to start at their own.
Charleston, and running with the football is Jones. He will carry the ball a lot, but obviously Myers, their featured back, you see him coming out of the game there. Jalen Haywood gives the Tigers the play, and here they come. 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers at their own 15. Ooh, big time hit at the 16-yard line. Man, we heard that up here.
And I heard several sets of pads popping, and no surprise to see John Keel Skipper, the junior defensive end at 240, 56, getting up out of there. You look at him, he takes on a block, spins out, and is the first to meet the ball carrier. Good job.
So it brings up 3rd down and 5. Very manageable for the Tigers. If you have a guy like Cameron Myers back there, he'll be the deep man in the eye. Haywood will set him down. And turn and hand to Myers, and this time the Indians say no. In fact, a Charleston helmet comes flying off. So the Indians stop this vaunted Tiger offense.
Yeah, and an interesting on that series coming off their own 12, they went with a goal line type package of offense on all 3 plays. The same formation they used on their 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
2 tight ends and 3 backs.
So the punting unit is on for the Tigers. Rockingham and Kane back for the Indians, who will get real good field position out of this. A high snap. He's going to have to hurry. Indians trying to get to him. He might get a first down out of this. He does. Little spin move, and down he goes at the 34. Boy, what they say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That was a high snap, and bringing it down was Bradford.
Yeah, he just tips it to himself, and a young man who was in a position for Hazelhurst lost his footing at about where the first down marker was. And just what an individual heads-up improvisation play by Bradford to go get that first down.
It's a good camera shot, guys. Wow, you got it right as Tillman got it. Tillman's Bradford, number 7, there he is. 1st and 10 for the Tigers now. The ball moved to their 34-yard line. Here's the snap. And Cameron Myers is taken down quickly. There's that pesky Skipper.
He's a skipper of the defense so far, no doubt about it, making all the plays.
And you notice look where he hits Cameron Myers.
Yeah, bottom of your screen, goes to the outside, and just manages to get his arms around the legs of Myers, wraps him up, gets him to the ground.
That was actually Truly on the carry, and a good tackle just the same. You got to wrap both of those guys.
Yeah, right. Skipper has really been active down there. He's a good tackler.
Twin receivers to the right, one to the left, and a slot man on the left. For the Tigers, 2nd down and 11. And Myers trying to get to the outside, making a miss, moves it up to the 45, and with that last lunge, he got the first down.
Well, what an unbelievable athlete this young man is.
You know, you just can't coach stuff like this. He's going to come right at you in your TV screen.
Right. He's on skates, and everybody else looks like they're running in the sand and stretches it across the first down stick.
I think you could put a pair of ice skates on like a young man and he'd be able to skate.
Yeah.
He just, a lot of that you can't coach. He's just natural athlete. First and 10 for the Tigers. They lead this game 8-7. Left. One to the right. Haywood going to load it up and let it go. Got a man out there, and he pulls it in. What a nice catch by Bradford. Matt, he had to go up over the defender and pull one. One thing the Indians' defensive front four are doing, Matt, in this first quarter, they're getting good penetration into the backfield when Cameron Myers calls his own number.
Exactly right.
Behind him.
Nice play. Thomas in the slot runs a de facto, wheel route to the outside and then up the sideline. Ball is there, a chance to the catch to be made, and he just can't haul it in. The young sophomore wishes he had another opportunity at that one. Pretty good throw.
Matt, a lot of times you don't see stuff that doesn't make a big deal, but when Bridges pushed him there, he wasn't able to hang on to the ball. So let's see what the Tigers do on a 3rd down and 8. Myers calls his number and is rolled out at the 15-yard line. Rolled out of there.
Good pursuit there by Aaron Larry, the senior. Plays running back. He'll play a little safety and linebacker as well. Right side of your screen, trailing, and then push him out there. Aside from the 2-point conversion play, every time that Charleston out in the field has gone with those 2 tight ends, 3 backs, and a short yardage offense, Hazelhurst has blown the play up. They may want to talk about this, maybe spread them back out.
Are you a high school sports fan? Then join the conversation about high school sports not only in Mississippi, but from across the country. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Play On Sports, and check out playonsports.com for compliment.
And there was the trickery a little bit out of the power I formation that we thought we might see on the 4th down play. Didn't see it there. We see it on 2nd down here, and almost disaster. Hayward's got to get that ball outside. Don't make your running back have to turn around and especially tip it back up to a defender.
He was trying to go to Alan Spurlock, and Spurlock just couldn't hang on to the ball. Jones again, the deep man in the eye. On 3rd down, and a whistle.
A passion for what they do.
This is not about any one person. It's about a group of individuals all working together to make a company.
Sunday at 1 p.m. on MPB.
Welcome back. Charleston leads it by a score of 8-7. Let's go down to Sean.
I have special guest Bill Rainey from Southern Farm Bureau from Charleston, Mississippi. Bill, now we know that you're a proud supporter of Charleston Tigers high school football team. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
We are. We're the local home team with offices in 82 counties, and we fully support the Mississippi High School Athletic Association. And it's a good day for a good game, and we got good weather. So go Tigers!
Thank you for being here with me, Bill. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. As we start the 2nd quarter, this is, it's not a turning point, Matt, but it could be a point in the ball game that the Hazelhurst Indians could point back to if they're able to go ahead and win this ball game, as to we stopped them on 4th and goal to start. And the running backs will be in the end zone, and the way Charleston plays defense, that doesn't bode well for them. Just trying to run it out of the end zone to get a little running room, and the Tigers come up big with their defensive end weekly.
And that's the thing, Russ, I think if you're a Charleston coach, is you regroup your players. Or
stopped him at about the 3.
Yeah, he kind of tiptoes through there and then falls forward. He is the up back. They don't line him up at tailback, but a little trick there. They put him at fullback, give him the dive, just trying to bust it up in there with your best ball carrier.
Picked up 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Hazelhurst Indians now. Out of the shotgun, Coleman on a misdirection play. They're trying to get him outside, and he's got it. Lost the football, but lost it out of bounds. That's Aaron Larry, the senior running back. And moves it across the 25 to the 28-yard line. That's a good move by a running quarterback right there.
Yeah, outstanding job. I'm going to tell you what, I think the momentum in this game squarely on the side of Hazelhurst right now. Escape, use your athletic ability. And I tell you what, that's a good-looking quarterback right there. Kenneth Coleman, the senior, 6 feet tall, throws it well, but obviously an excellent athlete. And that was a great decision. You're at 2nd and short now, and this is favorable for an offense.
From the 28-yard line, Coleman goes back into the goal and some room and inside of a block. And taken down is John Bridges. He looks like he's out of gas. Is that Bridges or Kane?
That's Kane.
That's Kane.
And he was caught from behind, and he was caught and run down by 34 Calwan Street, a junior for Charleston. And I think, I'm going to tell you what, Kane really headbutted the ground at the end of this run because he was caught from behind by the shoestring. They get him to the outside, get back to the inside, use that block. Now watch at the end. Face first into the turf, and that never feels good. And so you hope that you don't have any kind of concussion symptoms or anything going on. And again, I'm just guessing. But a heck of a play. You hope that young man's all right.
May have knocked the wind out of him the way he went forward, and he's going to come off the field on his own power. So he'll have to leave for a play.
And I'm telling you, I've been there, and so many of the injuries in football happen because of that turf. It's not necessarily the lick, but if your arms are wrapped up by a defender and you go face first, nose first into the ground, it might take you a minute to recover. But look at him. High-fiving teammates, getting the fans into it. He knows they've got the momentum, and they are winning this football game right now.
So now the Hazlehurst Indians have a 1st and 10 at the Charleston Tiger 31-yard line out of the I formation. They hand it off and nowhere to go, and it looks like he stripped it. He took the ball right out of his hands and rumbling and stumbling and down at the 35-yard line. Not someone that you would expect to run the football. That is big Jamal Brock. He's only 325, a swell 325. And it's a big play for the Charleston Tigers as we take a look at it again.
The belly play to the fullback, Larry, and the ball just comes out. Initially, somebody swiped it away and right to the big guy.
Who does he remind you of?
You? No, I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm just kidding.
I was thinking Refrigerator Perry.
No, Russ. Oh, and look at the escort he gets from his teammate 34, who made the tackle earlier, Calwan Street, on that big run, saying, "Come on, big guy, I got you. Come on."
And they're pulling him back the other way.
If that'd been you, I think you'd have scored, Russ. I take back what I said.
Well, I feel better. Here come the Tigers now on offense, and a missed tackle there, but a good tackle there at the 30-yard line. And the Tigers have an opportunity to do some damage. This portion of the broadcast today brought to you by the Mississippi Peanut Growers Association. And they're proud to grow peanuts, which provides plenty of energy for the viewing and playing audience of Mississippi high school football. Plenty of energy there on that run. And Hazlehurst Indian down, and there's some licks being exchanged out there.
Yeah, that's Rockingham. Alex Rockingham, the junior defensive back. He also plays some running back.
And he is walking gingerly. In fact, he's not putting much pressure at all on that left ankle. And he's going to be helped from the field. You know, that's a big loss for them, Matt. They use him to set up Kane a lot.
Well, and you've seen him in some tight man-to-man coverage spots out there on the corner. Let's take a look at what happened on the play. He's on the outside, coming in right there. Takes on a block as he tries to get into the ball carrier. Looks like he maybe just kind of twisted that left ankle as he was trying to get to the ball carrier as he went outside.
Back to live action now, and getting outside but not very far is Truly as he moves the ball down to the 22-yard line. DeShandrick Truly coming out right at you in your screen.
So many athletes for this Charleston team, huh?
Well, just loaded. I mean, Truly has 14 touchdowns on his own.
How about go down that sideline, pick a guy with a single-digit jersey, and give him the football?
Truly averages 7.9 yards a carry. That's almost a first down every time he touches the football. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Indian 25. Tigers lead this game by 1, but would love to add to that. And here comes a big defensive play by the Hazlehurst Indians, and coming up with it is Reese coming from the backside, and he runs the running back down.
What a play by Reese. Recognizes left side of your screen, runs it down. Just untouched off the edge. And that's one where the offensive formation allows a defensive back, a corner, to just go ahead and line up on the line of scrimmage. There's nobody to block for him, and he's a good enough athlete to run that down. They'll have to account for that going forward.
Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 13 from the Hazlehurst 28-yard line. Haywood back to throw. Haywood going for the end zone. Myers is out there, but he overthrows him. And Haywood kind of pulling on his shirt and pointing to himself there, saying, that's on me. He had a man open.
You know, in 3 games yesterday, 1 today, so 4 games here in Jackson, how often have we seen a quarterback just, overthrow a guy wide open by just a foot or 2? That those are completions at home in their home stadium in front of the home crowd, but you get in this atmosphere and you have that extra shot of adrenaline. The ball just comes out a little bit hotter than normal.
That's a good point. We saw it a lot in the 1A game yesterday morning with French Camp and Stringer. Just a yard or 2 past that receiver, and now the Tigers have a third down and 13 at the 28-yard line of the Indians. They'll go to the I formation. Haywood, play action pass, wants to throw back to the other direction, completes it. But the Indians are there defensively, coming up with the big play defensively. John Bridges, who's been in on a lot of them already in this first half.
Yeah, number 6, Freddie Nelson coming in there as well. Xavion Tedford is in at the cornerback on that side, and he had a shot at him. And
in front, 32-yard line, and coming up is Reese with the big interception. And you mentioned it a moment ago, Matt, when you said it came from the backside. They were going to have to account for him, and that time the Tigers didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of a jump ball. It's zone coverage, and Reese is dropped into that deep third, just kind of waiting on it. And when the ball was underthrown, he just goes up and makes the play. Tremendous job. Another turnover. What did we talk about in keys of the game for Hazelhurst? Make it an ugly game. They've done that. Running yards are hard to come by. You put it in the air and you make a play, and now got the ball back again.
6:24 to go in the first half, and there's your scoreboard there, 8-7. That's where we've been for most of this, midway through the first quarter to midway through the second quarter. No one's been able to put it in the end zone, but we've had both teams there ready to do it. It's just been turnovers and a timeout called, players coming in and out there and not sure who they want to go with on that offensive possession. Coach Montgomery again, boy, he is hot. He is upset with his team. They were coming in late trying to get in the ball.
And I think it might have been one of those things where the celebration of the turnover might have lasted just a little too long. And there are very few things that will get a football coach as mad as guys, celebrating too much and not getting ready for the next deal. And, that's a great thing about high school football. You have so many players that play both ways.
Yeah.
That, a guy like Reese, he's got to get right back out there and line up at receiver.
Well, you don't get much time to rest, that's for sure. You can see a good shot there of Coach Montgomery, Randall Montgomery. What a job he did this year, undefeated coming into this ball game.
Yeah.
Talked to him earlier. He said they really feel like this is their year. They felt like they're coming to Jackson with something to prove.
Interested to see if Demetrius Kane is back in there for this offense. And
there he is.
After the big run on the previous play, the very next play they fumbled it away, but his big run was the last big offensive play for this Indians team.
All right, Hazlehurst now with a 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Low snap, but he picks it up, and here come the Tigers. And they nail him in the backfield, and that time Demetrius Kane is taken down in the backfield by DeShadrick Truly.
Truly a nice play. So much pressure on the edge of that offense to let the guy get to the outside. You saw somebody bump Truly, but they didn't block him. They just bumped him, and then he goes and makes a play. You have to seal the edge on that offensive front if you're trying to get Kane to the outside.
Loss of 3. It'll be second down and 13 now for the Indians, and they'll go with 3 wideouts to the left. Here's the throw, and it's incomplete. Trying to go to John Bridges on the left side over there.
It's very well covered. Just a good job defensively. That particular route didn't put a whole lot of pressure on Charleston defensively. And the incomplete, third and long way to go now.
Coleman come into this game with 2,267 yards in the air, so he can throw the ball. No doubt about that. And now he's going to roll to his left and be traced by Truly, and down he goes. An excited Truly right there. DeShandrick Truly. Now, would you call that a blitz or just just like a safety blitz?
Comes from the safety. Nobody picks him up. He gets through and runs him down. And it was, well timed. When we show the replay, you see him. He's already in motion there from his free safety spot. It takes a tremendous athlete with great speed to make all that happen.
Big loss on the play makes it 4th and 23, excuse me. And so now the Indians will have to punt the football away. A returnable kick and caught and hits his knees at the 48. Just kind of slipped down a little bit. And that was Cameron Myers who went to the ground quickly.
That first offensive possession for Myers, and he had the big run and then the touchdown reception. It was a lot of it was yards after the catch, but since then, relatively quiet.
Well, I think, they key on it. And you got to stop the young man they're keying on. It looks like we're going to get a penalty on this play.
Well, our stat guy, Brian Eubank, says he thinks it's holding against Charleston. I'm putting that on the air.
Holding.
Put the pressure on.
First down.
Last night, there was a close 4th down play, and he told us it was going to be 3 inches short. It was 3 inches short.
I told you, I've never seen that.
No way he should have been able to see that from up here. But so when he gives us the signal, we're going to go with it.
He sees all, yeah. All right, so the ball going to move back to the 42-yard line. And that's a big break for the Indians, man, because it does move the football back in Charleston territory. Just under 5 minutes to play in this first half. 8-7 Charleston. And they will go with the I formation against the Indians from their own 42. They'll give off. Well, the Indians recover nicely. Boy, they're stripping for that football. You see him trying to scrap and try to knock it out of his hand.
That's Reese. He's hungry for another turnover. Came in there. You're right. They did a nice job. Looks like the play's there, and everybody gets trapped inside. But Reese does a nice job to get out there and make the tackle along with Demetrius Kane. I tell you, we keep calling the same guys' names over and over on both sides of the ball.
Well, they're going to spot the ball at the 45, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. And the Tigers will break huddle this time with one back in the backfield and twin receivers to the right, one to the left. Rolling is Haywood, wants to throw down the middle, and it's up in the air and almost caught, almost intercepted, and almost caught.
Yeah, it was almost tipped. The number 7, Tilmus Bradford, up the sideline. And I as the route developed, I thought Bradford had the deep route, and had won and was going to get the football up the sideline. But his quarterback elected to throw it back inside.
Another tough throw. Good defense. It looked like kind of grabbed his face mask a little bit as he went by.
Yeah, and Rashawn Weakley had a chance to make this catch. I mean, the ball's there. Yes, he's going to get hit, but had a chance to make that catch.
1 out of 5 on 3rd down conversions are the Tigers, and they've got one here. 3rd down and 7. Cameron Myers bounces to the outside, and he picks up the first down, and Matt, they had him stopped, and then they didn't.
Well, and on the outside, Reese, the cornerback, came in to make the play. Had a good angle, thought he was going to make the tackle. He'll be left side of your screen, but he goes inside right there and is just a little bit out of position and kind of underestimated how good an athlete Cameron Myers is.
Well, and we mentioned it before, if you're the Hazlehurst Indians, your defensive ends have got to spread out a little bit and try to keep that ball from going outside.
That's right. And he's dangerous, a runner between the tackles too, so just put so much pressure on you. If you have contained, you better be there against this kid.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Haywood hands off, and the Indians are there at the 45-yard line, trying to a little misdirection there with Myers coming back the other way.
I'm impressed with the defensive ends of Hazelhurst. I really am. Javarius Tanner, number 59, and on the other side, 56, John Kill Skipper. They've been, in terms of assignment football, you can tell they're well coached, and they are executing what their coaches are asking them to do for the most part. And it's not easy. There's some big guys over there that are wearing on them, including 325-pounder Jamal Brock, number 78. So those DNs for Hazelhurst doing a good job.
2nd down and 10 for the Tigers, and we have a timeout on the field. As the Tigers want to talk about it with 3:08 to go in the second quarter. Here from Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium, the 3A state championship on the line. Good look at the Hazelhurst Indians huddling up there. They would love to get their hands on the football one more time before the half ends. By the way, you can check out real-time game highlights and catch all the games on demand at MISSHSAA network.com. Also buy a video by doing the same thing, and what an advantage these athletes have today of being able to have these games streamed, have them on television, be able to buy the DVDs, things like that. It's just so much out there for them technology-wise.
Right. Back in my day, you'd go to the high school coach and say, "Coach, can I get one of those VHS tapes of the game?" He said, "No, I've got one copy."
I'm going to go one worse. Coach, you got one of those 8mm films laying around in black and white? All right, so here we go. 2nd down and 10 for the Charleston Tigers. Twin receivers to the right, one to the left, and now they'll put Myers in motion left, and here comes a double reverse. It's Haywood. Haywood cuts inside of a block and takes it across the 40 to about the 38. Good-looking play where they actually use their quarterback as a slot back to come back and take the reverse.
I want to tell you something. Out on the edge of the defense, top of your screen, I believe it's number 5, Larry. Yeah, look at him take on that block and then get to the outside and force it back in. Larry is a senior. He plays running back, wears number 5. If he doesn't go physically take on that block of Alan Spurlock and then get to the outside to force it back in, it's going to be a big play and a first down.
Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 5 from the Indian 39-yard line. Man in motion, but it's going to be Myers calling his own number, and a big play there by who? Yeah. The big play guy, Demetrius Kane.
Well, pregame highlight. Kane tackling Myers. That's a really nice open field tackle. And look at the job up front. Just a big gaping hole on the right side. Kane, though, the linebacker, a solid tackle to force 4th down.
You see that a lot. You see these running backs who can do all. They play linebacker a lot of times.
Yeah, and when they get to the next level in college, that's why so many of these, the recruiting battles are, well, one coach is saying I'm going to play defense, the other is saying I'm going to play offense because they're good enough athletes to do all of it.
4th down conversion coming up, and the Tigers are 2 out of 4 in this ball game. And here is the throw to the end zone, and will be caught. Wow, what a catch. You can't defend it any better, you can't throw it any better, and you can't catch it any better.
Yeah, it's 4th down. We're going to treat it like a punt. If they intercept it, so what? But can our guy make a play? Throw it high and watch him go get it. Cornerback in great position. And I tell you, as it developed, I saw Dedrick Reese, and he did a nice job. He turned had to turn his shoulders to look the other way. Just out-jumped by Bradford for the football. What a play.
32 yards on the pickup. And it's 1st and goal to go from the 5. The Indians have turned them away already one time in this game. Cameron Myers calls his own number and taken down in the backfield. And that wasn't a blitz. That was defensive lineman, as you see, jumping up there for Hazlehurst. Big number 77. Samuels, a 315-pound junior.
6'3", 315. Torian Samuels, he gets there first. Aaron Larry came in and cleaned it up.
2nd and goal for the Tigers. They lead this game by a single point, 8-7. And we're almost at halftime. This would be big if they could come away with any kind of score. Haywood wants to throw, has a lot of time. Is really racked at the 3-yard line. And that's Aaron Larry, the young man you just mentioned, coming up with the big-time hit.
These defenders close fast. Look at all the space. He thinks I'm scoring right here. Boom! That's pursuit on defense.
That's one you got to make sure you got your mouthpiece in for right there.
That's right.
He's going to come out of the ball game and talk offense with the coaching staff over there. 17 seconds left to go and it's 4th and goal. How many 4th downs in this drive have they had? None bigger than the last one they converted on, 32 yards. All they need on this one is 2. And Hazlehurst, I think, is going to call a timeout. Matt, I think they were wanting to see how Charleston was going to line up on this.
Right. So many of these short yardage situations, Charleston has gone with that power I. We mentioned it in the first quarter. They go 2 tight ends, go 3 running backs, and just power goal line football. This time, though, they split out 2 wide receivers. We're going to do something a little different.
Well, don't forget, we got coming up at halftime. And we were talking about the bands before while we were here getting ready. If the halftime show is anything like what we heard in the pregame,
I can't wait.
The place is going to rock. So you want to stick around for that. Indians now, Matt, they've had some big plays defensively in this game, but maybe none bigger than this one because they can go in at the half only down by a point and feeling better about their lack of offensive production.
Absolutely. It's going to be a big difference in how they're going to feel. You're right, based on one play. For both teams, you're talking about a 2-possession lead for Charleston or a 1-point game at the break, and it all comes down to this play.
Got to figure Cameron Myers' name is going to be involved in this somewhere.
I'd figure out a way to get him involved, that's for sure.
So it's 4th and goal from the 2 for the Charleston Tigers, and they've got that big package in there on the jumbo package down inside the goal line, and they'll hand it off. I don't think he got it. Boy, the Indians come up big. Look at Coach Montgomery. You don't think he's excited. And look at those fans.
Man.
They are pumped up.
How many times can Coach Montgomery's bunch pull that off on 4th down and short yardage and goal line situations? Twice now in the first half they stopped them down there. And look here, it's just power left over the center and right guard. Look at all those white shirts running to the football.
That's
and
Jones.
Who's at the bottom? You know who got there first?
Probably
Number 2, Demetrius Kane. Hey, when we don't know who made the tackle, let's just say, well, it was probably Demetrius Kane because it usually is.
Start with him and go down the list. So the Hazlehurst Indians have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line. They didn't even gain a yard then. And they'll run the football and run out the clock to end the first half, but not before a big goal line stand that will keep the Charleston Tigers out of the end zone. And after 2 quick touchdowns in this football game in the first, way back in the first quarter, it's been defense, which has been marqueed here in the second quarter of this football game. You see Coach Montgomery walking off the field. We'll go down to Sean and get an interview with the coach here in a moment. But the Indians come up big right before the half with a goal line stand. And I think what's really interesting about that goal line stand, it was 4th and goal from the 2. And when it was all over with, it was 1st and 10 from the 2 for Hazlehurst coming back the other way.
Yeah, back the other way. Man, it's just quarterback sneak, get it out of there. I tell you, those Hazlehurst fans, they need to do a standing ovation when this team comes back out on the field because they certainly defensively had their backs against the wall over and over and over and just out-fought Charleston to keep this a 1-point game.
All right, let's go down to Sean.
Coach Vance, congratulations on making it to the championship game. It's a good first half going on. You're involved in the defensive battle. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I thought both teams played pretty good first half. We had some opportunity there. Left a lot of points on the field, feel like, in the first half. We just got to come out second half and capitalize on those red zone possessions. Defense did a good job of getting us out of bad spots. Offensively, we got to put points on the board and just got to come out the second half and take advantage of those opportunities we've had that we missed in the first half.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks for talking to me. Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it.
Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. Well, the first half of the 3A state championship is in the books. The Blue Cross Blue Shield Gridiron Classic here in Jackson, Mississippi, Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll take a timeout. Stay with us. Halftime coming up.
got her to our angio suite.
I just went numb because you don't think of brain surgeries and success stories. They got in there and they did the surgery, and I had my mom.
It's a game changer. I think community colleges are game changers for communities, certainly those in Mississippi, and certainly the ones I've been affiliated with. You lure companies by having the workforce train, and you train the workforce by taking advantage of the community college system.
On November 22nd, 1981, the Rolling Stones joined Muddy Waters on stage at a small club in Chicago. Relive this intimate night of blues and rock icons. Don't miss Muddy Waters and the Rolling Stones live at the Checkerboard Lounge.
Thursday at 7 on MPB.
Silent night.
Legendary rocker Rod Stewart comes to great performances with his first ever holiday special.
Merry little Christmas.
With guests Mary J. Blige, Michael Bublé, CeeLo Green, and more. Enjoy Rod Stewart in this swinging Yuletime treat.
Merry Christmas, baby. Sure to treat me now.
Merry Christmas, baby, from Great Performances.
Tuesday at 8:30 on Mississippi Public Broadcasting.
Welcome back. It is 8-7, Charleston by 1, and we are at halftime. Let's go down and listen to the Hazlehurst band.
along with Will Russell, the principal of Hazelhurst High School. Thank you for being here with me today. Congratulations on making it to the championship game. Your thoughts on today on how it affects your school and your community?
It's a great motivator for the community and more so for these children, and it helps academically. And we're happy to be back here on the second time in 2 years. Last year we did not bring home the win, but this year will be different.
Well, good luck on that. Thanks again for being here with me. Right. And we'll back to Russ.
Thank you, Sean. And the Hazelhurst band back behind Sean. And, boy, what a job they've done here at halftime.
Outstanding. You talk about entertaining, and they may not be big in number, but the sound is huge. They're blowing us away up here. I'm impressed.
All right, 8-7. Charleston leads it by 1. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Gridiron Classic is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. Now more than ever, it's good to be blue. Bank Plus. It's more than a name. It's a promise. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Company. And energy for the Mississippi High School Football Championships brought to you by Mississippi Peanut Growers Association.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi presents the 6th annual Mississippi Blues Marathon, Saturday, January 5th, 2013. You can run it, walk it, or watch it, but you'll want to be a part of it. For more information or to volunteer, www.msbluesmarathon.com.
Every year, the Mississippi High School Activities Association provides opportunities for over 500,000 high school students to pursue excellence. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to play a part to keep rich traditions like the Mississippi High School Football Championships alive and well. With home offices located in Jackson and agents in all 82 counties, Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is ready to serve your auto, home, and life needs.
What if Eli Manning had never played football?
Thanks, keep change.
Sweet.
Hi.
Even if Eli wasn't a star, he'd still be treated like one at Bank Plus.
Hey, you forgot my breadsticks!
Bank Plus. It's more than a name, it's a promise.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi presents the 6th annual Mississippi Blues Marathon, Saturday, January 5th, 2013. You can run it, walk it, or watch it, but you'll want to be a part of it. For more information or to volunteer, www.msbluesmarathon.com.
Okay, all right.
Welcome back to Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. Russ Robinson along with Matt Wyatt. Charleston leading 8-7. And the Charleston Tigers in the locker room right now trying to regroup after that goal line stand put on them by the Hazelhurst Indians. And we're just moments away from the Charleston band getting ready to perform here at halftime. But both teams, man, we talked about through the weekend making adjustments at halftime. And if you're Tony Vance right now, you got to be scratching your head saying, how can you be stopping Cameron Myers and this group of running backs I have?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be a heck of a challenge for either team, I think, to figure out in the locker room what it's going to take to move the ball consistently because both defenses are just so athletic and tackle so well.
All right, let's go down on the field now and listen and enjoy the Charleston Marching Band.
Featuring the songs Party Like It's 1999, Party Rock Anthem, and Just Dance. Soloists this afternoon are Howard Wesley, Jared Williams, and our entire clarinet section. Drum captains are Zach Wilson and Alexander Towns.
the Charleston High School Tiger Marching Band performing here at halftime. And let's go down to Sean down on the field.
We have here Mr. Marshall Whitmore. He's the principal at Charleston High School. Thanks for being here today. Congratulations on making it to the big game. Your thoughts on how this affects your team and your community?
First of all, thanks for congratulating us. It's been an awesome experience. Our second year in a row to be here. It just really puts a jolt in your community, your school. Everything is so upbeat, and everything is starting to move in the right direction with us at Charleston High School, not only athletically but academically. I found that success on an athletic field inspires your kids inside a classroom, and we really do a good job there. Our coaches do an excellent job. They are first-class school teachers first, and obviously they're great football coaches because it's our second year to be here, but thanks for congratulations.
Well, congratulations once again, and good luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you, sir.
Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. Matt, let's take a look at some highlights here in the first half. And first of all, offense came early.
Yeah, that's right. It started off with big plays on both sides. Cameron Myers takes an out route, 60-plus yards to the house, and that got Charleston on the board right off the bat. And they elected to go for two instead of kicking an extra point. And able to be successful doing that, getting Jones into the end zone. So that makes it, 8-zip at that point. Charleston, the answered 50-yard touchdown run. Who else?
Demetrius Kane.
Demetrius Kane takes it to the house and gets his team on the board. And so Hazelhurst elected to kick. So it made it an 8-7 game. And then here comes a defense. Time after time, two different possessions. You saw those big guys, including John Kill Skipper, get stops on the goal line. Aaron Larry, a big stop there along with Skipper to keep Charleston out of the end zone, and the hits kept coming there in the second quarter. Another goal line stop at the end of the half that kept the score 8-7 going into the locker room.
All right, let's take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. And, the stat that jumps out to me, Matt, is Kenneth Coleman came in with over 2,000 yards throwing the football. He's only got 26 here in the first half.
We thought we'd see the opposite. We thought we'd see Charleston outrush Hazelhurst, but Hazelhurst outpassed Charleston. Didn't work out. It's the opposite. So that is interesting that in two quarters, only 26 yards through the air for Hazelhurst, a couple of turnovers, and the time of possession is a big difference in the game. Charleston's offense was just out there so much more than the Hazelhurst offense. And I think second half, that's one of the keys to the game we talked about. If you're Hazelhurst, ball control, staying on the field. I think that's one of the reasons they trail, and they haven't been able to get their passing game going. They just can't stay on the field offensively.
All right, let's go down on the field with Sean, who is a very special guest.
We have here Mr. Malcolm Broom. He's Executive Director with Mississippi Peanut Growers. Thanks for being here with me today. Could you tell us a little bit about the Mississippi Peanut Growers?
Mississippi Peanut Growers is made up of all the peanut growers in the state of Mississippi, growing some 48,000 acres. And we've had an excellent year, got a good crop. And what we are proud to do is be a part of this activity. And what we'd like to see is folks use peanut products, peanut butter, have it in the schools and everywhere they need to be, because we've got a good crop and plenty of peanuts out there for the next year.
Thank you once again. Thanks for being here with me. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. And that'll take us to the conclusion of halftime. Your halftime score, Charleston 8 and Hazlehurst 7. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff and the start of the third quarter of the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi Gridiron Classic.
I'm currently suffering from a severe traumatic brain injury. I just want to give up so bad, but I can't. I've got to fight on. This is a text message that caused a car accident that changed my life forever.
It's a game changer. I think community colleges are game changers for communities, certainly those in Mississippi, and certainly the ones I've been affiliated with. You lure companies by having the workforce train, and you train the workforce by taking advantage of the community college system.
It's about a passion
and an ingenuity in our employees that is unparalleled. They represent a passion for what they do.
This is not about any one person. It's about a group of individuals all working together to make a company.
Sunday at 1 p.m. on MPB.
Silent night.
Legendary rocker Rod Stewart comes to great performances with his first ever holiday special.
Merry little Christmas.
With guests Mary J. Blige, Michael Bublé, CeeLo Green, and more. Enjoy Rod Stewart in this swinging Yuletime treat.
Merry Christmas, baby. Sure to treat me right.
Merry Christmas, baby, from great performances.
Tuesday at 8:30 on Mississippi Public Broadcasting.
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where it is 8-7. Charleston went for two and got it, and that's the difference of this football game so far. I was kind of surprised when they went for two, but now I think I understand why, because it did give them the lead in this football game, at least in the first half, as you're taking a look at the Hazlehurst Indians there in the end zone, warming up, getting ready to go for the second half. Let's go down on the field now with Sean, who has the Hazlehurst coach.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on a good first half. Pretty good ball game going on right here. Good defensive battle. You got to be excited about those three stops inside the red zone against a high-powered offense.
Yeah, that kind of works both ways because, quite honestly, they never should have been down there. You know, we gave up a couple big plays on 4th and 3rd and longs and 4th and longs. They got them down there, so they shouldn't have been down there. But I'm proud of the guys for fighting, and now we got 24 minutes left to play.
Coach, congratulations once again, and good luck in the second half. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. As you look at the Hazlehurst faithful there, their Indians are down by one. Here come the Indians onto the football field.
You know, and I think, Hazelhurst probably comes out with a plan to continue to get the ball in the hands of Demetrius Kane. You know, we said he's averaging 108 yards a ball game through this season, and that undefeated season, 97 yards already, and that's in one half of play. So you got to continue to feed him the football. And then defensively, you got to get off the field a little quicker. You know, that's what Coach Montgomery's just saying there. Is that's great. You know, we had those stops when we had to back up against our goal line. We got to get them off the field a little sooner.
All right, the broadcast of the MHSAA football tournament on MPB is made possible in part by Chimneyville Smokehouse, smoking Mississippi since 1989. Applebee's, what can you do in 12 minutes? How about lunch at Applebee's? Soulshine Pizza Factory, feel the love. And Mama Hamill's, serving up scrumptious Southern comfort food. Charleston will be kicking off to the Indians. And, you know, Matt, if you needed any more reason to get excited about the second half, if you're a Hazlehurst Indian now, you stopped them right at the end of the first half. Now you've got a chance to move the ball against them and try to get a score. And
going to get to receive and play offense to begin this half. I think that's good for Hazlehurst as well. Maybe get some good field position out of this, which they did not have very often in that first half of play because they kept getting those stops inside the 5, you know. We're trying to just bust it out of there. They did that at once and then, of course, ended the half inside their last. So good field position you would expect coming up. Take care of the football on the return and let's go play.
You know, you mentioned Demetrius Kane. I think Kenneth Coleman's going to have to throw the football. You know, he came in with a lot of yards.
The ball on the return, but couldn't do that. Cameron Myers kind of got up slowly at the end of that. He was underneath the pile and everything, but able to jog over to the sideline. Appears to be okay.
This is for the Indians. He's the up back, number 10, Ladarius Williams.
Yep.
And, you know, if you're the Tigers, Matt, that's who you want handling the football, is that up back, because he doesn't get as many catches as those backs back there to receive the football, and he dropped it.
That's right. And again, you see that so often nowadays. You get in that pile, you're fighting for yards, and they strip the ball away.
All right, the Tigers on the move now, and they will hand off to Myers. And again, the Indians' defensive ends are staying home, and they turn the play inside and make it a short game.
And what goes in the stat sheet, UB, when an offensive player tackles his own man? How do you score that one?
He doesn't have a stat for that, which surprises me.
He ran into his offensive lineman, a big guy, Rotarius Wilson, senior, had gotten turned around and just ran right into his own running back there.
Twin receivers will come to the left side, one to the right. That's truly going wide to the right. And they'll move out of the shotgun now on 2nd down and 8 from the Hazelhurst 46. Here's the throw, and it's caught. Indians are there defensively and make the tackle at the 40. Good defense that time by Hazelhurst, and Freddie Nelson, who you mentioned in the first half of play, on that tackle, got some help from Denarius Washington.
Yeah, one thing you can say about Hazelhurst is they are not missing tackles. I mean, when somebody gets there, they're hanging on, and then here comes the help. And there's only really been one play that was a lot of yards after the catch, and that was that big touchdown play in the early first quarter.
3rd down, we'll call it 6 for the Tigers from the Indian 40. Here comes the pressure off the backside, and they're going to get him from behind. And that is big number 58, Melvin Wiley, who makes the tackle. Check that 59. That is Javaris Tanner.
Yeah, defensive end. That is an athletic play from the junior at 5'11", 235.
Came from the back and from the other side and takes him down. That's speed.
That's speed. Haywood can't escape. And for a guy that weighs 230 to be able to run like that, the quickness to get that quarterback on the ground, big play by Tanner.
Tilmus Bradford will come in and punt the football away. He averages 31.6 yards a kick. And he will be kicking this one away from the Charleston 45-yard line. But the timeout called by, looks like Hazelhurst.
Couldn't get the right people on the field. They ran a player off. That was 11, Malik Brown, and they ran him back on the field, and there was an issue. And so they were forced to use a timeout as opposed to getting a penalty.
This portion of today's broadcast is being brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. Be strong, be healthy, be blue. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. Boy, you hate to take that timeout, Matt, with 9:42 to go in the third quarter, because they're going to come at a premium in the fourth quarter in this game.
Yeah, certainly are. Certainly are. It's unfortunate, and Coach Montgomery was not happy about it. And, you certainly know why. Tony Vance has done an excellent job on the other side today, I think, making the right decisions at the right times. It just, frankly, there have been times when his team has gotten whipped on the line of scrimmage in those goal line situations. But he's making all the right moves.
Hey, you can show your school spirit today by texting your school's keyword to 46786. That's 46786. Charleston, your keyword is Gridiron 6. Hazelwood, your keyword is Gridiron 5. The school with the most votes at the end of the game will win a $1,000 donation from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. Standard text messaging rates apply. 1 vote per phone call. A fake punt, and he may come up a little shy, Matt.
Well, it's going to be really, really close. It looks like first down to me, maybe by half a yard. And I think you have the spotter on the near side who's actually signaling first down by his spot.
See, I'm looking at the sticks across the way, and that may be a little deceiving because they're back a little bit.
Yeah.
But
they have to measure.
It's going to be close. What do you think? Oh, Brian says he got it. Might as well go ahead and send the Charleston offense back out on the field.
Yeah, he's been spot on this weekend from this high vantage point here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
They're going to bring the chains out and measure. A fake punt by the Tigers will get a first down. That defense for Hazlehurst, Matt, has been out there a long time in this ball game.
A long time. 17 minutes of possession for the Charleston offense in the first half. And now, never even ran an offensive play, after the fumbled kickoff. And defense right back out there playing again. And they're not going to be able to keep this up too much more in this game unless they can get a stop or the offense get possession and put some drives together.
There's Haywood. A good look at Jalen Haywood. He has 128 yards, 4 out of 9 in the passing department. And in trouble, Indians come up big with the tackle there. Now, if they're tired, they're not showing it. Aaron Larry on the tackle for the Indians.
I think I spoke too soon. They're not tired. gosh, the closing speed. And Aaron Larry, we've called his name a bunch, and he just makes play after play on that defensive side of the ball. But tremendous closing speed for these guys on defense. Watch them recognize it, run to the football. And did you see Demetrius Kane? He was looking, he was 3 yards away from the ball carrier, not even looking at him, looking outside, trying to cut him off.
2nd down and 13 for the Tigers. Here's the throw, and it's almost picked off. He was trying to go to Bradford and out there, and good coverage was good by the Indians, and it's an incompleted pass, brings up 3rd and 13. As Jalen Haywood kind of shakes his head a little bit there.
What a difference the college and pro game would be if players played both ways like they do here, huh? How much different would it be?
Well, I think for the Cowboys of Dallas, you'd probably have more turnovers if Promo was playing on defense. I'll drop that subject there.
Or less. More or less.
More or less, yeah. 3rd down and 13 for the Tigers of Charleston, backing up. And boy, does he have room to run. Haywood getting close to another 1st down. Coverage was excellent, Matt.
Yeah, and there's a flag thrown over there on the sideline, I think, for a late hit. And if that's the case, it's going to award them. And it was just a push. Hazelhurst coaches are upset.
Well, it's going to be a personal foul. Coach Montgomery pleading his case there, but that argument going to fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, I think what he's arguing is, he pushed him as he was going out of bounds, and he was 2 yards shy of the 1st down marker. We can't, lay off of him or he's going to make a 1st down.
Late hit out of bounds, personal foul to defense.
Boy, it's a big one. Half the distance of the goal.
Yeah.
Now, you had to stop it right at the end of the first half. Can you duplicate that?
All right. Well, they're going to have to, and my goodness, how often has that defense been backed up like this?
So it is 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of the Hazelhurst Indians. They're down 8-7 in this game, and the Tigers trying to add to that. And the Indians again continue to come up big on defense by the big defensive ends turning the plays in.
It's obvious that they came out of the locker room to start this game defensively saying, Charleston, you may beat us, but it's not going to be with Cameron Myers running the football. You're going to have to throw it to him. You're going to have to give it to somebody else. But so far, they've done such a great job of hemming him up.
Well, as you mentioned a moment ago, he kind of walked off the field a little gimpy after that last kickoff. And so now, 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. They can get a 1st down without going in. Here's Haywood to throw, and it's going to be chased down from the backside. He's got some room. 10-yard line, cuts inside, 5-yard line, and down he goes. Very close to a 1st down. Being run down finally by Samuels. Again, good coverage in the secondary, but it's allowing Haywood to run free with the football.
Yeah, and he was able to escape. You got an ISO on the receiver. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a little a route that's called a pick. It's a legal pick. It's not illegal if you're looking at the quarterback, but kind of rub off the defender to get an open guy in the end zone. It didn't work. He escapes just shy of the 1st down stick.
3rd down and a yard. And here's Myers calling his own number, and he got taken down from behind. There's your boy, John Kill, Skipper.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Skipper, couldn't run him down from behind on the previous play. That time it's actually, he's able to get it done and force another 4th down on that end of the field.
And Charleston, 4 out of 7. They've had 7 4th down conversions in this game, which may be more than some schools go in a whole year don't have. They've had 7 in this game. Let's see if they pick up a yard. Here come the Indians defensively, and they're going to stop them again.
This is unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever seen a team with this many 4th down stops.
John Bridges, and along with Javarius Tanner, come up big for Hazelhurst.
Look at Tanner. Good night.
Just grabbed him by the shirt.
Yeah,
and
it's almost like he was in the huddle.
Yeah, and you mentioned a moment ago, Matt, they grab the shirt and then they wait for the rest of the guys to show up.
And hang on. It's like he knew where the ball was going. And, if Charleston could kick a field goal, they'd have a 10-point lead right now. They've gone for it on these 4th down plays in the red zone.
Well, Hazelhurst has a little more room to work with than the last time they were in this position. They have a 1st and 10 on their own 8-yard line, and Kenneth Coleman has got to get the Indians going here. Coleman sends Rockingham in motion, gives to Kane. He pops through. Big run for Demetrius Kane, turning and spinning up close to the 35-yard line. Matt, they probably should have had him back at the 20, but we do have a flag down against the far side of the field.
Got a flag on the far side. It's going to be a face mask against Charleston that'll tack on to the end of the run. The bad news for Hazelhurst is the big offensive lineman, number 77, Torian Samuels, the 6'3", 315-pounder, is down on the field down there and hurting.
Well, he's not only the offensive lineman, he's the defensive lineman as well in this game. He just made a big play on defense on that prior 4th down, and he's going to walk off.
Just the defense. 5 yards from the end of the run. 1st down.
It's a 26-yard gain by Demetrius Kane. And you give him a crease, he's gone.
Well, and you're not going to arm tackle that guy. And I love the play call, the design, too. They fake the speed sweep and snap it quickly, fake the speed sweep going left, and then hand it right back up into that A-gap on the right side to Kane, and it's almost like the defense lost him for a minute. By the time they realized he had the football, it's too late.
Yeah, they used the junior Rockingham to set up that play, to set up Kane. They've done it all year long. Now they give it to Rockingham, or is that Kane? It's kind of hard to tell.
It's Rockingham.
Rockingham. They bring him across, Matt, and they run that play there because of the previous play.
Right. Bunch formation in the run game, basically, in the gun. And it's a short shotgun snap and a quick handoff, a chance for a tackle for loss there, but Rockingham goes around the arm tackle attempt of Cowan Street. He makes a few yards on that 1st down play. Good run.
Rockingham, a junior. He'll be back for the Indians next year. 2nd down and 6. Little toss pitch. And this time the defensive end, Jamal Short, is not short. He comes up big and tall and makes the tackle. Can you believe that this score, the way the game started, it's still only 8-7?
Yeah, that's just something.
And it's an exciting 8-7.
It is. And a physical game, man. These teams are getting after it.
3rd down and a yard, and they hand it off, and looks like he got it.
Yeah. They gave it to Larry. The previous play, Demetrius Kane, a really physical, punishing run, and you get a steady dose of him, and then they hand it to Larry. He's a physical guy also.
Man, we've seen a lot of turned ankles, and it may be because the field's a little soft. We had some rain earlier in the week, got cold, but that sun should be drying that field out this afternoon. It's a beautiful day here in Jackson. 1st down and 10 coming up for the Hazelhurst Indians right at midfield. They're down 8-7 in this game. And calling his own number is Coleman, and a nice looking play where they faked the Kane this time. Everybody went to him, and Coleman makes him pay.
And truly saved the touchdown with an ankle tackle. Fake the sweep. There's your Wildcat play. Split it. And truly comes over, makes the tackle. Otherwise, it's 6 going the other way.
1st and 10 for the Indians at the Charleston 45-yard line, and Demetrius Kane banging his way down to the 30-yard line. Matt, you mentioned it a moment ago. We were talking about how Demetrius Kane is so dangerous coming wide, but you said he runs well between the tackles, and he does.
He does. He's just so physical, and he hits a hole going full speed.
He's going off the field right now to get a breather, and we've got another Indian down on the field, getting up a little bit slowly, and he's not up yet. Trying to see what number. It's in the 70s, so that would be an offensive or defensive tackle. I want to remind everyone, you can own your own keepsake from this exciting matchup, as well as all the other state championship games, by going to MISSHSAA network.com, and you can be the proud owner of a DVD of this game or any of them. Well, he's going to get up. Coach and staff still out there. Haven't picked up a number yet. I believe it's
Terry Baker, 75.
Well, he's a load.
Yeah, senior, 6 feet, 300 pounds. Earlier in the possession, Torian Samuels, the other big lineman, the junior, 6'3", 315, went out of the game. He's back in there. Baker having a tough time. May have gotten his ankle rolled up on.
You know, Baker and Nelson on an offensive line, along with Samuels, who's almost 1,000 pounds of beef up there. But now Samuels is out and Baker is out. So let's see how the Indians react to that. They have a 2nd and 4 at the Charleston 29. It's Rockingham trying to get to the corner, cuts inside, has the first down. A flag goes down, and now the Hazlehurst Indians have that flag going in the backfield, and that doesn't bode well for them.
Yeah, holding, going to bring it back. And somebody out there on the edge, couldn't catch the jersey number, but somebody out there on the edge was being blocked. And I think
holding, offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
Got their jersey pulled off of their shoulder pads right in front of the official.
Well, he didn't mean to do it, though. That's the main thing. And you can show your spirit by texting your school's keyword to 46786. Again, that's 46786. Charleston, your keyword is Gridiron 6. Hazelhurst, your keyword is Gridiron 5. The school with the most votes at the end of the game will win a $1,000 donation from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. Standard text rates apply. 1 vote per phone will be counted. 2nd down and 15 now for the Indians. They'll put Larry in motion. Here's Coleman back to throw. Rolling. Flips it down the middle of the field, and it is knocked down. And Reese comes up gimpy right now.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that if you're the quarterback, Kenneth Coleman. And that is just put it up for grabs at this point in the game. No need to do this.
It was off his back foot, and Matt, being a former quarterback, tell us why it's so difficult to throw off your back foot and be complete.
You know, everything you do, everything you practice is good footwork. Going forward, you step into the throw, and it puts more velocity on it. So when you decide not to, that velocity's not there, and the whole timing's off. The ball doesn't get there as quickly, and bad things happen.
3rd down and 15 now for the Hazlehurst Indians at the Charleston 40. Coleman in trouble. Throws. Caught. And incomplete, caught and dropped. And good defense there by Truly, who came in and separated the ball from the receiver.
And they're trying to set up a screen. Charleston didn't necessarily go for it, and they covered it initially. So Coleman did a good job to kind of escape, try to make it happen, try to get it to him somehow. But just an excellent defensive job against that screen play called by Hazlehurst. 4th and a long way to go.
It looks like the Indians are going to go for it. Obviously, the field goal is out, and they don't want to punt the football away, so they figured their chances are better trying to pick up 15 yards.
I'd put Coleman on the move if you're going to throw it here. Let him roll.
Straight back drop for Coleman over the middle. Incomplete and in and out of the hands of Demetrius, check it out, Rockingham.
Yep.
He was wide open.
He was. He ran that seam route, the 3rd receiver to the inside on the right, gets behind the line. Cannot throw it any better than that. Of course, tight coverage, yes, but you got to concentrate on that football and make the play.
What a nice throw by Coleman.
Perfect throw by Coleman. You do have to credit 34, Calwan Street, because he was in coverage and managed to just kind of distract the receiver enough that it was not an easy catch. And Charleston, we talk about all the plays defensively that Hazlehurst has made. Well, same thing for Charleston. They just come up big each possession.
A little over 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and it's still 8-7, but it's still an exciting football game. And the Charleston Tigers have it 1st and 10 at their own 40. And shaking loose from a tackle, the Charleston Tigers running back. That is Truly, DeShadrick Truly.
You know, it looks like he makes yards, but look at the penetration by the defensive end of Tanner, who, gets back there, gets a hand on him to slow him up, and by the time the tackle's made, you've only made, 1 yard. Those defensive ends for Hazlehurst have just done a fine job from start of the game until now.
I was going over my stats and noticed there weren't a whole lot of solo tackles for the Hazlehurst Indians, and now I know why. They come in bunches.
They sure do.
2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. Haywood to throw, and it's incomplete. Trying to go to Thomas Bradford. And the coverage excellent over there by the Hazlehurst Indians.
That's one of those where Bradford feels those footsteps. He didn't alligator arm it, but he looked away at the last minute. A ball zipped in there, but it hits him right in the hands. But look at him. He's already thinking, where's that number 17 about to hit me? And he didn't haul it in.
He may not have heard it, but they felt it.
They felt it, that's right.
Sometimes you can feel that ground moving. Here's Hayward to throw again. Pumps once, lets it go. And it's incomplete. Let me ask you something, Matt. Do you feel like the Hazlehurst Indians are taking the Charleston Tigers out of their offensive game right now?
Well, there's no doubt. I think that Charleston has put the ball in the air much more than they have all year, or really have wanted to coming in. And it looks like Hayward may have a cramp that he's going to have to deal with on the sideline. The reason is they can't run the ball on them. I mean, they have forced them to do something they don't want to do because they're just playing too physical football up front. Hazlehurst is.
Brantford into punt, and it goes over his head. Let's see if the Indians can get back there. Brantford in trouble, turns to his right, cuts it up the field, and is going to be taken down, and that's the biggest break of the game for the Hazlehurst Indians.
There it is. What did we say that Hazlehurst needed to do?
Make it ugly.
Make it an ugly game. And
that's ugly.
That's ugly. And they have accomplished that. A new life. Here we go. 1st and 10 inside the Charleston 25. That's what Coach Montgomery's squad needed. And now all the pressure is on this Charleston defense, nursing a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes to go here in the third.
Well, this is the best starting field position the Hazlehurst has had, since the Carter administration. I mean, they just started all of these drives back inside their own 5-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Indians at the Charleston 24. Down by a point, 8-7. Almost losing the football.
Sure did.
That was,
I'll tell you what, 34 in black. Calwan Street, the junior, is starting to get a feel for this game. He's starting to come into the picture more and more often. And that time he he recognized what was going on, beat the block, shot in there out of a cannon, and made the play.
All right, Coleman gets the play, number 7, the quarterback for the Hazlehurst Indians. He'll be in the shotgun with wideouts both ways. Hands it off, big hole, and a hard run down to the end zone. Does it get in? No, he does not. That's Rockingham. It's 1 yard out. And Matt, that's what I was telling you about before the ball game. Yeah. They used Rockingham to set up Kane, and that time the Tigers were looking for Kane. They gave him Rockingham.
That's right. And that's the way the young man Rockingham can kind of make up for a drop ball early. Big gashing run on the power play, and almost had it stripped out of there, but hung on to it down at the 1 yard line.
So it's 1st and goal to go for, there's a good look at Rockingham, a little tired, and understandably so. 1st and goal to go for the Hazlehurst Indians. They can take the lead with a touchdown. And I don't think he got in.
Nope, you're going to say his knee. You got the near official on our side of the field saying that his knee must have touched before he got it across the plane of the goal line. Kane slow to get up. Ball spotted about where it was before.
We've said this phrase today a lot, slow to get up. That means there's some licks being laid.
These guys are absolutely laying it on the line.
Good shot of the football there, how close it is to the goal line. 2nd down and less than a yard. That's the distance, about 4 or 5 inches there. And the ball got away from the Indians, and it goes back outside the 5-yard line.
They've got direct snap working here to Demetrius Kane, and somehow or another he and the center not on the same page.
That's several times today. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's been a dandy. 8-7, Charleston leads by 1, but Hazlehurst is knocking on the door. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in a moment.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi presents the 6th annual Mississippi Blues Marathon, Saturday, January 5th, 2013. You can run it, walk it, or watch it, but you'll want to be a part of it. For more information or to volunteer, www.msbluesmarathon.com.
Every year, the Mississippi High School Activities Association provides opportunities for over 500,000 high school students to pursue excellence. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to play a part to keep rich traditions like the Mississippi High School Football Championships alive and well. With home offices located in Jackson and agents in all 82 counties, Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is ready to serve your auto, home, and life needs.
What if Eli Manning had never played football?
Let's do this.
Even if Eli wasn't a star, he'd still be treated like one at Bank Plus. Bank Plus. It's more than a name, it's a promise.
Every year, the Mississippi High School Activities Association provides opportunities for over 500,000 high school students to pursue excellence. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to play a part to keep rich traditions like the Mississippi High School Football Championships alive and well. With home offices located in Jackson and agents in all 82 counties, Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is ready to serve your auto, home, and life needs.
Welcome back. It is 8-7 Charleston over Hazelhurst. Let's go down on the field to Sean, who has a very special guest.
We have John Sewell, Director of Corporate Communications with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. John, thanks for being here today. Congratulations on being the title sponsor for the first time. Your thoughts on the weekend and your title sponsorship?
I'll tell you what, a partnership with MHSAA just couldn't be a better investment for us. It's a beautiful weekend, beautiful crowd. We're watching some fabulous football here today. All these players and coaches that are here, they've worked hard and done a lot of hard workouts to get here, and we want to support that and support the sport that they're playing and just the beauty of high school football. Couldn't be better today.
Well, thank you once again for being here with us. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. As we start the fourth quarter, it is 8-7. Seems like it's been 8-7 even before we kick the game off. It's just been 8-7 for such a long time. Maybe we started at 8-7. I don't know.
How about at this point in the game, Charleston's run 52 plays on offense. Hazelhurst has run 30 on offense. But the yards are about the same or close to it.
All right, Coleman will set them down for the Indians. They have a 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. They're going to shift everybody to the right side. Coleman takes the snap. He's got some room. He needs a block. He got a block. Touchdown. You know, Matt, you made this point a moment ago. You said they're going to have to get Coleman swinging wide because he's elusive.
Well, and the times that he has dropped back to throw, they're kind of keying in on him on the middle. And look at the job sealing the edge over there by that offensive front. They've used that bunch formation and put their athletic quarterback on the move. Just an outstanding job. And Xavier and Tedford, we've only called his name a few times today, but I think he had the key block on the linebacker that sealed it and was able to get Coleman out there for the touchdown.
Point after is up, and it's no good. 13-8. That may be a factor before this game is over with.
They got it blocked. Somebody got a paw in there and batted it down. And really, the ball never got up.
Yeah, it was a low kick by Reese, who was gimpy a while ago when he walked off the field.
Yeah.
I want to remind everyone that the portion of today's broadcast, and this portion, is brought to you by Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Company, an official partner of the Mississippi High School Activities Association, Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance, Mississippi's home team for insurance. You know, he walked off the field a little gimpy, Reese did, and they had to come back and try that extra point, and you're right, Matt, it never really got any trajectory at all.
Right. And why is that big? Is now you're looking at a 5-point ball game, and
touchdown beat you.
Yeah, touchdown beat you. No need to kick an extra point here in the fourth quarter.
All right, scoring drive on the screen there. 5 plays, 24 yards, and it's hard to believe it only took 2.02 seconds. It seemed like it was longer than that.
Yeah, it sure did. Sure did.
All right, now the Indians will be kicking off. And again, you've got to figure Cameron Myers is going to be involved in this somewhere. Indians have done a really good job on him. This is a just straight-on boot. And it's going to be Truly, I believe, picked up at the 15, Truly to the 20, and down at the 22-yard line. Is that Myers or is that Truly?
That's Truly. Interesting decision by Truly to return it to the right towards his sideline when it looked like the entire return unit had it set up from middle of the field left. He just took his own way and didn't get much out of it.
No, and he comes off the field a little gimpy. Boy, I'm telling you, we have had some licks laid out there today. They are hitting hard, and they're hitting low. We're getting a lot of ankles and high ankles. There's some hitting going on. 13-8, Hazlehurst has taken the lead. And the Charleston Tigers now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. Haywood throws back the other way and has his man. Indians get out there, and a really nice open field tackle by the Indians. And that tackle made by McKeel Brown, but the reception was a nice reception. It's kind of a throwback.
Yeah, setting up a screen, throwback screen. Dedrick Reese comes out of nowhere, solo tackle in the open field. Here comes another broken record statement, but these guys in white just don't miss tackles for Hazelhurst.
Good fundamental football team is Hazelhurst. Here's Haywood rolling on a 2nd down. We'll call it 6, turns it up the field, and he's close to a 1st down as he crosses the 30-yard line up close to the 33.
They ran Tilmus Bradford, number 7, from the slot on what we used to call a squirrel route. I don't know why it was called that. You go in at about 6 and turn around and go back out, but he slips down. You see him laying down, and he decided to pull it down. Probably a good decision to get what he could when his receiver had fallen down at the cut about 6 yards deep.
Well, Haywood back in the ball game now, which means that will leave Cameron Myers free to either be a receiver or a running back or a slot back or wherever they choose to use him. 3rd down and short, and the Indians jump. And everybody starts pointing at everybody.
Yeah, and you had kind of a simultaneous jump from a defensive tackle and the tight end. And in high school football, if it's a defensive tackle going into the neutral zone, then that's an automatic, dead ball, and they blow it dead and move it 5 yards against the defense. But interesting to see who they say went first here.
Prior to snap, encroachment.
Hazelhurst, and that's what you're talking about. It's just an automatic.
The penalty is a 1st down.
And they pick up the 1st down without having to snap the ball.
Yeah, and I think it's a good call. I think the defender did move first, and I think the offensive tight end, Rashawn Weekly, moved in response to the defensive tackle. Coach Montgomery, don't tell him that.
And, Cameron Myers was behind center that time, but now Haywood back in the ball game at quarterback for Charleston. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 37. Haywood rolling to his right, has a lot of time and a lot of room, and is run out of bounds about the 42-yard line. There's a good look there at Jalen Haywood. Haywood today, 5 out of 13 for 133 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Not a bad afternoon on a low-scoring ball game.
Right. Interesting that with his 5 completions and 2 for Coleman on the other side, just 7 passes completed in this ball game.
So what you're saying is it's not been a passing blitzkrieg today.
Yeah, not been an air raid.
No, but it's been a good one. You never know what these teams are going to do. Here's Myers rolling left. Myers going to be taken down by the Indian defense again. And there's Aaron Larry, who's done it all day. Aaron Larry is just, it's hard to tell, Matt, which side of the ball he's been best on today.
That's right. Just a short tackler. And again, his responsibility there is contained. So he's in the right place. It's good fundamental football. Doing what his coaches are asking. He's fulfilling his responsibility. He's a contained guy on the backside if they go that way. Stayed out there. And then when he closes, he gets him to the ground. There's no missing of that guy and letting him get second chance yards.
3rd down and 13 for the Charleston Tigers. They have to move the ball to their own 48. Haywood throws in the flats. It's complete. The Indians are there on coverage. It's going to be short of a first down, but a nice pickup. It's going to be short, looks like by about a yard or so. And Ivory Matkins is the one that comes up with a reception for the Tigers.
I tell you what, really nice throw by Haywood with John Kill Skipper breathing down his neck, right in his face, the defensive end to his right, and he zips it out there to the far side of the field on a perfect throw to make it a much shorter fourth down situation here in the fourth quarter. It's like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, and if the Charleston Tigers don't pick up the first down here, the Indians have a little momentum on their side here in the fourth quarter. And
tried to draw them off sides, didn't get it, called a timeout immediately.
So a timeout on the field called by the Charleston Tigers. There's a good look there at Cameron Myers, who came into this football game all-purpose yards, over 2,500 on the year. Man, it just seems like every year offensive numbers go up and up and up. I know even, from when you played to now, I mean, it's just tremendous. What are they doing differently? The games are still 12 minutes a quarter.
Yeah, I don't know. You see it go in waves, I think. There was there's a time in every league where you'll see offenses will more often than not, you'll see more offenses that go to the spread, or that back in the mid to late 90s, everybody started copying the old Warren Moon Oilers where you'd go run and shoot,
right.
And then it will transition back to where now you got a lot of colleges trying to go back to pro style. And if that happens, then more high schools will do it. So it's really kind of a cycle. I think the best coaches out there, though, what they do is wherever they are, they evaluate their players and they say, here's what we can be successful doing, and you coach around it, whatever style that requires, according to who your players are.
That's a good point. Fourth down and 4 for the Charleston Tigers at their own 43. They fake the punt, and there's no one home. It's going to be a big play, possibly a touchdown. And it is going to be shy of a touchdown by 2 yards.
What a well-designed fake punt.
54 yards.
Snap into the up back and then run reverse. To Truly. Now, did he step out of bounds? The official's right there.
Yep, he did.
Glad you saw it, because I didn't.
Right at the pylon, though. I think it's a little closer to the end zone than maybe what they marked the ball. It's a good shot. Ooh, I don't know. You're right.
His left foot, he jumped off of his left foot. And that last step before he went airborne is where they're saying he stepped out.
First and goal for the Charleston Tigers now from the 3-yard line of the Indians. They'll toss pitch it to Myers, and he gets 1, maybe 2. The Indians have been in this position before.
Yeah.
8:07 to go in the ball game, and Charleston trying to regain the lead, and we've even had the ball closer to the goal line than this, and the Indians pushed them away.
That's right. I mean, how many times defensively can you come up with huge plays with your feet digging into your own end zone? If they can do it again, it'll be one of the most impressive defensive showings I've seen. It already is one of those. Charleston, though, a chance to take the lead.
Terry Baker back in the ball game for Hazelhurst. And let's see what the Tigers do here. They make it look easy.
Great play call.
Now one street.
Play call. They line up street in that up back, and he's been there the whole game, Russ, when they line up in that short yardage stuff, but they're usually using him as a blocker. First time all day, they've just gone dive to the up back, and he slips in there untouched.
Well, you're right. I mean, they've run Truly, and they've run Myers, obviously, and you're not thinking about him.
Yeah.
And he just slides in there, made it look easy.
Just take the easy street.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Yes, I did. He'll be here all week, folks. He'll be here all week. Try the bill. 14-13. They're going to go for 2. Little toss pitch. Trying to get to the corner, and no, I don't think he made it. Right at the pylon. A good defensive play by the Indians. Let's take a look at that again if we can, because he got right to the pylon.
He sure did. Here comes Myers, left side of your screen. Now he'll try to reach that ball.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good call. They're going to say that his foot is touching down out of bounds before crossing the pylon. It is close, bang, bang, and that's one of those if you had instant replay in high school football, boy, would they be spending their time reviewing this one.
As it is, it's a 2-point conversion that doesn't work. And now what that does, man, I mean, if they had gotten the 2 points, obviously, a field goal would be, could tie the game. But now, field goal will beat you.
What we don't know at this point is, does either team have a field goal kicker? Now, Hazlehurst obviously has kicked one extra point and has missed another one. But in the defense of Reese for Hazlehurst, he was hurt.
Yeah, a little gimpy. Here is the kickoff. Hang on, we'll have a flag and do it over again. It's a good scoring drive, though, by Charleston. Came up with big plays when they had to have them. And the biggest play, of course, being the fake punt. This one going to go. You see Coach Montgomery, you can feel his anxiety. This one going to go against the Indians.
All right, now ready to kick it off. It's what you play for, though. State championship ball game. You're an undefeated team, trailing by 1, getting the ball back in the 4th.
Kind of a line drive kick, and going to be taken at the 15-yard line. 20, 25, 30, 40, and he's got some blockers. Ooh, bumped out rudely at the 45-yard line, and Coach Montgomery is jumping up and down. That was certainly a late hit.
Yep, the flag comes in, going to attack 15 yards onto it. My goodness,
see how high off the ground Coach Montgomery got. He was upset.
You put him on the church league basketball team. He could jump like that. Decelius Reist, number 21's made so many plays today, defensively, offensively, and now in special teams. And set up the return, get it to the sideline, takes the lick. Let's see how late this was.
Play was over.
Yeah, well out of bounds.
It's a kicking team.
And truly just
to the end of the run. First down.
Truly just hung onto the jersey, spun him around, and threw him down. Just such a useless penalty. And Coach Vance for Charleston, I'm sure, is going to give him an earful at some point about that. Just an unnecessary penalty. Really sets up Hazelhurst.
All right, here's Kenneth Coleman, who is 2 out of 6 in the air for 26 yards. That's what he had at the half. No passing touchdowns, but he does have one that he ran in. And he calls his own number, turns the corner, and inside 30 down close to the 26-yard line is Kenneth Coleman, following his offensive line.
That was a nice job by Coleman, because I thought Charleston had defensed that zone read play pretty well. Everybody's got their responsibility. Watch the left side of the defense. You see, and they even got penetration, a chance of tackling, but he just used his athletic ability and went on around the attempt of Rashawn Weekly, made yards.
Charleston leading 14-13, but the Hazlehurst Indians are trying to answer back, and they'll hand it off to Rockingham, and he got his world rocked.
Spurlock. Alan Spurlock, sophomore, 205 pounds.
Number 2. He's not
Nice
that big to be administering a lick like that.
Yeah. They put 8 defenders in that box, and you're usually outnumbered. And you might try to put the ball in the air, but not Hazlehurst. They are really feeding that run game.
3rd down and 5. The Indians will send 3 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. Coleman calls the play at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap, goes to the outside, has the first down, and inside the 15-yard line. Man, apparently they have found a weakness on the left side of that line that they like.
Well, and I guarantee you what they saw in the previous play, I mentioned, they line up the previous play, got all those defenders in the box. This time they spread them out to get them out of there and just say, hey, Coleman, run the ball to the short side of the field. They put 3 receivers to the left side. The defenders had to get out there and kind of open things up, spread it out a little bit, and just run him to the short side and let him use his athletic ability.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Hazelhurst Indians at the Tiger 17. Kane wants to throw the football in the end zone, and it's incomplete. So Kane kind of acting like Cameron Myers here, doing just about everything.
I tell you what, a really nice job defensively to not bite on that with all the pressure that Kane has put on that defense by running the ball, to recognize that it is a pass and to turn and not let the guy be wide open. Cameron Myers, outstanding play defensively.
This portion of the ball game brought to you by Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Company, an official partner of the Mississippi High School Activities Association. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance, Mississippi home team for insurance. 2nd down and 10. Little toss pitch to Rockingham. Cuts inside of a block and trying to find his way down to the 10-yard line. The Alex Rockingham, a junior, he'll bring his talents back to Hazelhurst next year.
Now what you do right now if you're Hazelhurst is there's still 5 minutes left. You don't even worry about the clock. Don't think, take your time, just run your normal offense, the same speed. Everything needs to be the same. But if you make a first down here without scoring, then you might use a few extra seconds between snaps just in case, you score and have to give it back to Charleston with a lead.
Well, you make an interesting point. Last night in the ball game, we saw an interesting situation in which Brandon needed to get their hands back on the football.
Right, and they allowed South Panola to score. And, going back, Russ, and looking at that, too, it was interesting on the MPB here on television and on ESPN3. You could see it on the video that Coach Pogue turned to his coaches on the sideline, and you could read his lips. He said, "They let us score.
Yeah,
they let us score." And because such a tough Brandon defense all game long, in that play they just kind of stood around.
Well, they need to get their hands on the ball. Of course, Coach Peterson, Lance Pogue, good friends, excellent coaches, and it was just a fun game.
Oh man. Physical game. Exchanged text with Coach Pogue after that, and he said both teams absolutely played their guts out.
Yep, he's right. 3rd down and 3 for the Indians. Oh, the ball came loose. Tiger's going to pick it up. Is that the... Look at that. Took it back and scored. Whoa! That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. A fumble and a strip and a touchdown, and Reese, it's a shame he doesn't get excited about anything.
Decelius Reese make a play. He just takes it away from Jamal Brock of Charleston. Just pulls it away and goes into the end zone. An unbelievable individual play. Brock picked it up. He's got no business trying to return it. The big guy's just got to get down with the football. Meanwhile,
watch Reese look at him. Watch him look at him. Here comes the strip. I got to have that, excuse me. That is great camera work, guys.
Yeah, outstanding by the crew.
It's actually Kane that fumbled the football. He took a shot from the back. And look at Brock. He looks like he's carried that rock before. And he has.
And he thought about covering it up. You could see him. Brock almost put 2 arms around it, but those big guys don't get carries, and so he didn't quite know what to do, and just a heads-up play by Reese. Wow, to give Hazelhurst the lead with 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play, 4th quarter of the 3A title game.
I can't wait to see how statistician Brian Eubank scores that.
That's what we pay you for, UB.
He's scoring it, a fumble, a strip and a fumble, and a touchdown. Or a takeaway. Brock, not known for his interceptions over the years, I'm sure, but now the Indians, decision time for them. They're obviously going to go for 2 here. That's why Coach Montgomery has them over there.
Got a 5-point lead, so it's obviously, you go for a 2-point conversion here. Might try to make it a full touchdown and extra point lead. But, so far today, there have been no extra points anyway for Charleston. I know you're trying to make it 7. That way a touchdown doesn't just tie you, or beat you, I should say. But, so you have to do it. But Charleston, if they do score in this remainder, they're going for 2.
Oh, yeah. So here's the 2-point conversion. Coleman going to swing wide to the right. Looked like he wanted to throw. Does throw. And he got it. Coming up with the football in the end zone, of course, Demetrius Kane.
I mean, what else can that guy do? Demetrius Kane.
Get that guy some programs.
And
he can sell them.
And some water. And some oxygen.
Look at the spiral by Coleman there, Matt.
Coleman extends the play, uses his athletic ability to give himself time, and then a perfect throw low and away.
21-14, but we didn't get there by normal procedures.
That's right. Isn't that something? Somebody that hasn't been at this game or seen it, Russ, is going to look up there and say 21-14, 3 touchdowns to 2. Nope.
Not hardly.
Not that simple.
Well, the Indians will be kicking off, and there's 4:21 left to go in this football game. It's been a really good game. Well, you're going to want to keep it right here on MPB because we got 2 more games coming up in the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi Gridiron Classic. Greene County and Noxubee County. Greene County may be one of the sleepers in this tournament. And then tonight, Pascagoula and Starkville. 22 wins between those 2 teams and only 5 losses. And Pascagoula came out of nowhere. Here is the kickoff, and it's going to go out of bounds. Probably something you didn't want.
Right. And in this case, you had this earlier in the game where Hazlehurst kicked the ball off out of bounds, and rather than taking it on the 35, Charleston elected to have them re-kick. And when they did, then Hazlehurst kicked it inside the 5 and pinned them at the 12. I think they're going to do the same thing, make them re-kick here.
We'll see how it works out for them.
It didn't work out the first time.
It did not. It did not. That 4A game coming up after this one, very intriguing. I don't know if you got a chance to see much of Greene County down the stretch, but they were one of the better football teams in the state at knocking off big teams. And that's how they got here.
Yeah, and they'll meet an undefeated Noxubee County team that is super, super athletic.
Yeah.
Fast, speed at every position, great lineman.
Good coach.
Excellent coach, Coach Shorter. How about Coach Shorter at Noxubee County knocking off Louisville to be here?
Yeah.
Coach Miller, MC Miller, that used to be the head coach at Noxubee County.
We did that game with Brightline, so he had the toothpick in his mouth.
Yeah.
And they told me in the truck, said, go get him a toothpick in case he loses it. I gave him one. He said, thanks a lot. I'm probably going to chew on this a good bit.
Yeah.
He's a character. Those are 2 very good football teams coming in with a 4A game, Greene County and Noxubee County. You don't want to miss that one. And you can catch it all right here on MPB. All right, kickoff coming up. Let's see if it works, so the gamble works out for the Charleston Tigers. Kick by Reese. Straight on, high end over end, and taken at the 20, 30.
There he goes.
It's working out pretty well. He is going to go the distance, and he's got 1 man to beat. Unbelievable again. 78 yards on the kickoff, and I guess that decision worked out better for him.
It worked that time. Make him kick it again. And truly, what an athlete. You could see this happening. Just the coverage just not over there on the sideline because the kick, they're expecting the kick in the middle. And once he's over there, gone. I mean, excellent job by Rockingham to give himself a chance to maybe knock him out of bounds, but truly just too good of an athlete. And so look at this, 21-20, Charleston. They're talking about it over there, trailing by 1. They're about to go for 2 to try to take the lead.
Yeah, we got I think that's Cameron Myers who's down on the field. He's had a rough afternoon, Matt. They've keyed on him a lot, and on that kickoff return, he got taken to the ground. He's going to come off the field on his own. Imagine, do you go for 2 and win it? Of course, you got 4:08 to go, or do you tie this football game?
That's right. Big decision. And it's and so many times down here in that position has Hazlehurst come up with the big play. Looks like Coach Montgomery wants to talk about it.
I think that's a good timeout.
Yeah, I do too. Talk about it. Make sure you're ready. You know, you got fooled a little bit last time on the short yardage when they had the quick dive to the up back that you were unprepared for, and he just kind of walked in. So got to make sure everybody's coached up.
Look, it's going to be worth getting a DVD of seeing that steal down there and the touchdown. You can get your own DVD and your own keepsake of this exciting matchup, and as well as all the other state championship games, by going to MISSHSAA network.com. And I'll tell you, just seeing Reese steal the ball out of the hands of the big tackle for Charleston would be worth it. Jamal Brock, 325 pounds, and he was headed upfield, but he lost the ball on the way. All right, big decision time. The decision's been made. They're going to go for it. Now, again, there's still a lot of time in this game. But, you know, it's interesting that the way this game has gone, Matt, I mean, it's been 8-7, and then another team would score, and then the other one would score. And then been a big play, and then another big play. And that's where we are right now. So here's big play time for the Charleston Tigers.
And either way, Russ, with 4:06 to go, the way this game's gone, that's a lot of time.
Ooh. Well, guess who's lined up back there in the backfield? And they will hand it to him, and this time the Indians say no, and they steal the ball. Boy, there's some stealing going on out there.
Yep. Darius Washington, the senior, number 50, plays defensive end some, will put his hand down some in that defensive front for Hazelhurst. It's the first time today, I believe, I've called his name, but a huge play.
This is amazing. You're going to see a stop right here by the Indians, and they just knock the ball out of his hands and take it. But how many times have we seen today the football within the 3-yard line and Hazelhurst continue to turn this Charleston team away?
Well, you had 2 times in the first half where they get stops inside the 5. You had another inside the 10 stop in the first half for Hazelhurst. And now 2 times in the second half that down inside their own territory, very deep there with their feet in their own end zone. You know, the last time Charleston was able to punch it in. And again, now Hazelhurst with a big stop. It's just been one of the most remarkable, to this point, defensive efforts for Hazelhurst that I think I've seen in a long time.
Well, you make a great point. It's been a great defensive effort, but it's been exciting touchdowns.
Yeah.
Put the points on the board.
Yeah.
Kind of
onside kick.
Yep, here comes the onside kick. You would expect Charleston to do this, and the Indians have the good hands folks up front. Here's the kick. I don't think anybody touched it. It goes out of bounds.
Yep, goes out of bounds. That's one where, you know, Thomas Bradford, he's trying to kick that thing and make it skip over there and take one big hop. But he got under it a little bit too much, and it's just a line drive out of bounds.
You know, Randall Montgomery said in the press conference on Monday, and then you heard him in the pregame say, we couldn't stop Charleston the last time we were here. And it's bothered us a long time. Today, they have stopped them. Now, I don't know if they'll finish the deal, but they've stopped him to this point, and there he is right there.
Kick out of bounds on the Stevenson.
So now the Hazlehurst Indians will have the football in Charleston territory, and you got to feel like they're going to get a steady diet of Demetrius Kane here.
So 2 things: run the ball, protect the ball.
And that's not been an easy thing to do, either one of them today. Ooh, there's Kane. He runs into the corner of the defense, and the corner runs into him.
Yeah, no gain there on the play.
It's a good play defensively there by Jamal Short. Coleman handing off to Kane, and there's just nothing there.
Yeah, he kind of ran into the back of his own guy, Terry Baker, who, you know, that's big 75 at guard, who was limping off the field earlier in the ball game, but back in there in an important series for his team.
2nd down and 10, as they got no gain on that play. Unusual formation in the back. Fumble of the football, and Matt, that's exactly what you're talking about. You got to protect the football, and that's something that's been very difficult to do today.
It's time to scrap that, because it worked earlier in the ballgame in the first quarter. The last 2 times they put Demetrius Kane in a direct snap, I think the center is seeing him walk around. He's supposed to use a foot tap to snap the ball. I think he's either hearing something or seeing Kane walking around and thinking that's what he's getting and snapping it too early.
That's Ivan Mazie, the senior center for Hazelhurst, 5'11", 190 pounds. He's got to be getting tired as well, right? And so that ball may trickle back to that back. So now it is 3rd and 14, and Coleman rolls to throw. Coleman wants to go, and he has his man for a big first down. And coming up with that big catch is Dedrick Reese. Be an interesting conversation in the Reese house. And now, of course, Coleman will let the play clock come to him. Here's Kane trying to get to the outside, sidesteps a man, and still gets about 4.
Again, for Kane, for all these ball carriers, they all are playing both ways. And at this point in the game, they're really zapped. They're having to dig down deep to find the energy they need. And that's when it's most important to protect that football. Cover it up with 2 hands. Make sure it's tucked tight to your body because Charleston is going to be trying to strip it out of there.
All right, got a question for you. If you're a high school sports fan, are you? Well, then join the conversation about high school sports, not only in Mississippi, but from across the country. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Play On Sports, and check out playonsports.com for comprehensive state-by-state regular season and championship coverage. This game will be one of them you'll be following. And it's a 21-20. Look at that, he's already checking his Facebook.
Either that, or he may have friends on the other side for the other fan base, and he's trash talking.
In your face.
In your
on
face.
Facebook.
Take that.
Well, you got to slip one in today. I thought I would.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. That's a good football game. We got less than 2 minutes to play. And look at Coleman. He's a field general right now. He's going to have the backs in the I formation behind him on a 2nd and 6 from the Charleston 30. He'll put Kane in motion. Hand off to the fullback. And was that ball pop loose? A flag went down.
A flag was thrown. It was thrown by the back judge, normally, which is and the way he threw it is normally a dead ball false start, meaning the play would have never happened.
Here's the call.
Illegal shift.
Charleston saying they came up with the football, but it's, the flag went down. And it'll cost them 5 yards.
The issue would be, could Charleston decline the penalty if they chose and take the play? But if it's a dead ball before the snap, they wouldn't have that opportunity.
And the official down there having a little trouble with his microphone, so we don't know.
And
needs to yell a little louder so we can pick it up there.
Illegal shift. Offense. Penalties refused. 3rd down.
Okay, so he could refuse it then. And that would mean that the play gained nothing. Hazelhurst did recover the ball. But rather than back them up and give them more plays to run more time off, that's a smart move. It's interesting, though, that you had that illegal shift, but the whistle was not blown to blow the play dead.
3rd down and 6 for the Hazelhurst Indians, and they will go out of the shotgun now with wingbacks on each side. Here's the snap. Little misdirection. I like the play call, and it looks like it's going to come up short of the 1st down, but Matt, the misdirection worked really well.
Yeah.
Rockingham taking it down to the 25-yard line, and that will leave them a 4th and 2. Less than 2.
So Charleston, that's their last timeout. So neither team has a timeout remaining. 1:20 to go. That's a big play coming up because obviously it's going to be an offensive play going forward on 4th.
Today's games and all the other Gridiron Classic matchups are being streamed live today on ESPN3.com. And you can also check out real-time game highlights and catch all the games on demand at MISSHSAA And you're going to get probably the play of the game if you're on either one of those coming up because it's going to be 4th and a yard. How many 4th down and shorts have we had in this game?
Well, let's see. 8 for Charleston. I think I know at one point UB told us that
they were 4 out of 7.
They were 4 out of 7, and they had running their 8th, and that was just Charleston. Now this is a Hazelhurst opportunity. We've had a bunch of 4th down plays that have come down to 4th and a yard or 4th and half a yard.
Hazelhurst is 0 for 1, and Charleston is 5 for 10 in this game. So let's see if Hazelhurst can go even in that category and pick up the first down here.
Yep, this is going to be your ball game right here. If they convert, it's over. If they don't, Charleston has a chance.
4th and a yard. They'll hand it off to Rockingham. Rockingham tries to go outside. He's going to pick up the first down. Matt, I thought initially it was a bad move when he dipped inside because it was going to allow the defensive secondary to catch up with him, but a burst of speed got him to the outside. Yeah, and Cameron Myers is on the corner on that side, and boy, was he upset after that play because he knows now they're going to be able to take a knee and kill the clock and go home at Hazelhurst and take back that 3A state title trophy that theoretically, not the same one, but theoretically the same trophy that Charleston has held for 1 year now. And the winner of the rubber match. That's right. And here is the victory formation. You talk about protecting the football, which has not been easy today. What a great ball game. You kidding me? It had everything. Everything. Even an onside kick try. Hazelhurst does not have to run another play. We had double fumbles for touchdown, interceptions, long touchdown plays, defensive stops galore, and just been a heck of a game on both sides. I'm thinking that Hazelhurst stopped them on 4th and goal 3 times that I can remember. Unbelievable. And Coleman will take a knee, and that should pretty much do it. They will be excited in Hazelhurst tonight. In fact, they may not wait till tonight. What a job by Coach Randall Montgomery and his coaching staff. Hazelhurst is going to be your 3A state champion, and they end the season undefeated. Yep. Congrats to the Indians and their community. And by the way, I don't think they're a tired football team right now based on the celebration going on. I know. One of those guys who made the play of the game, Dacelius Reese, to take away in the touchdown, to take the lead. Number 21, we thought he was gimpy. He goes down there and does a running backflip. No, that's not an exaggeration. There's hugs all around. Hazelhurst winds up 16-0. They're your 2012 MHSAA 3A state championship. And what a game. It could have gone either way. It was still anyone's ball game with less than 2 minutes to play. And the Hazelhurst faithful believing that they would be state champs. Somebody brought a banner just in case. And there's a good look at Kenneth Coleman, the quarterback. And look, I think he may have a leg cramp. And they left it all out on the field. They did, and he made the plays. It's interesting. I love high school football for this aspect. They threw for 43 yards today, Hazelhurst did. They had 230 yards on the ground. They were outgained. They didn't have the ball as much as Charleston, but they win the football game by 1 point. And 46 offensive plays, 273 total yards today for Hazelhurst, but they still get it done. And how big is that takeaway in the end zone that Reese had huge. Of Brock? It was a game winner. That's it. That's a game winner. A nice day, a nice balanced day. Charleston, 158 yards on the ground, 160 yards through the air. So very balanced, 60 plays of offense today, and held the ball the most. And just an outstanding day for them. Just, didn't have the ball at the end. The nice thing about this tournament is that you got all these different classifications, and when you watch it on MPB, you get all these different kinds of games. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's go down to Sean.
Coach, congratulations on a hard-earned victory. Your defense made the plays when they had to. Offensively, you did just enough to get by. You got to be excited about this for Hazelhurst High School.
I am. I told the guys on the way up, man, at the end of the day, all we needed to do was win by at least 1 point, and it happened to turn out that way. I'm so proud of them, man. They played hard. There was some time throughout that game when they could have quit, and they just kept going, man. It really did for us. I'm so proud of them.
Coach, coming into the game knowing that you faced these guys before and didn't do as well as you wanted to, what particularly did you want to emphasize on to try to come out and get a victory today?
Well, we just had to play better than we did last year. I mean, we worked all year since last spring, and everything that we did, we just worked to try to get back to this moment because we felt like we didn't give them our best shot last year, and we got an opportunity to play them again, and we did that.
Good. Congratulations once again, Coach. Job well done.
Thank you.
Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, Sean. Good job. And the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi Gridiron Classic 3A state championship game comes to a close. Hazlehurst Indians, undefeated on the year, win it by a score of 21-20. Keep it here on MPB for continuing coverage of the Gridiron Classic.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi presents the 6th annual Mississippi Blues Marathon, Saturday, January 5th, 2013. You can run it, walk it, or watch it, but you'll want to be a part of it. For more information or to volunteer, www.msbluesmarathon.com.
Every year, the Mississippi High School Activities Association provides opportunities for over 500,000 high school students to pursue excellence. Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to play a part to keep rich traditions like the Mississippi High School Football Championships alive and well. With home offices located in Jackson and agents in all 82 counties, Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance is ready to serve your auto, home, and life needs.
On November 22nd, 1981, the Rolling Stones joined Muddy Waters on stage at a small club in Chicago. Relive this intimate night of blues and rock icons. Don't miss Muddy Waters and the Rolling Stones live at the Checkerboard Lounge.
Thursday at 7 on MPB.
E-learning for educators in partnership with Mississippi Public Broadcasting. Improved teacher knowledge. Improved teaching practices. Increased student achievement. Online professional development for educators. Earn CEU credit. Fits easily in your schedule from the convenience of your home. Register for courses now at www.mpbonline.org. Inspired teaching, inspiring students.
Welcome back. It's time to take a look at the move of the game. And it was the double steal. Here's Brock. And they just stripped the ball from him, does Reese. And that is the move of the game, and it's a good one.
Well, one of those plays where nobody on either fan base or team will ever forget that play. None of them will ever stop talking about it. 15 years from now, those guys will be sitting around the table from one another and say, hey, you remember that play? Can you believe that happened? Let's get that DVD out and look at it.
Congratulations to the winner of the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi Gridiron Classic. Text to win. It's Charleston's Tigers, and they'll receive a $1,000 donation from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi. There's a good look at John Sewell there, and he'll present that check from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi to he's presenting the gold ball right now, but Charleston will receive the $1,000 check. Congratulations to Charleston for getting on those telephones and texting. And there goes the gold ball. The Hazelhurst Indians 16-0 on the year. Your 2012 MHSAA Class 3A champion. For Matt Wyatt, this is Russ Robinson, and for Sean Woodard, who's down on the field. We've had a great time in this ball game. Keep it here for MPB's continuing coverage of the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi Gridiron Classic.